You got your 5-minute delay up, right?
Yep, that's why I wanted to sync it up.
All right, cool. 14 minutes on the clock remaining here. They'll trickle in 5 minutes, and otherwise it is a 3-rounder, with the third round being the tiebreaker if it is needed. But otherwise, how are you doing, Barbarian?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, ready for a nice little Saturday evening scuffle.
Is that what they're calling it? Who the heck knows?
It's Super Saturday, but that doesn't fit with the framework, so I think Saturday Night Scuffle fits a lot better.
That's actually pretty fair, yeah. Saturday Night Scuffle, I do appreciate that. And it's between the 29th ID, which is the, I would call them the house company that, no, not house community, that would be better, that is actually part of FNF, because their communities are, intertwined within TSB. So FNF just does the framework for the PvP, but the actual operating unit that operates within the TeamSpeak is the 29th ID. Names that we often see from that group are T5 Bay, for example, who I often regard as the second best player in FNF. But we also have people like Nielsen, Montgomery, Herb, Carlson, Shooples, all of those people that we often regard as veteran players within rounds of FNF. So this should be pretty interesting because they're fighting. Barb, who are they fighting?
They are fighting a coalition of FNF communities. Notably, we have Scandi, Tau, 4IB,
Arma Finland.
Arma Finland, yeah, AFI is in there too. I think 29th IB also has a second MRB as a bit of a to bolster their numbers slightly, but it is an even fight for the most part. I think Blue Far has a slight advantage. Any communities I'm missing? Let me see. I'll go through
I wouldn't stretch that out. I don't think either side really has an advantage right now, because yes, we do have the... Hold up, there's a message. There should be plenty of time for people to get here. Okay, so they're going to keep it going just without the brief. We'll cover that. We do have Scandi Recon on Blue 4. I do see some names like Flux, Novix over here, Vargrant, Severe, really good commander there. And then we've got some of the FNF staff on Blue 4 as well, such as Indigo Fox. But 29th ID, I already mentioned some of their heavy hitters. They definitely know what's up. So I think it's going to be pretty even. Yes, I am going to want to see some sort of outflank by Scandi Recon, but if there's anyone that would know how to counter it by now, it would be the 29th ID. So.
And just over the full list, we do have UPSE, Arma Finland, Chad, Zeus Spartans, Tau, SOG, and Scandi Recon for this FNF coalition.
It is a good list. But otherwise, with the 3 rounds, first, Op4 is going to be defending, Op4 being the 29th ID. Then I believe next round it is going to be the Coalition defending here. The operations are set to heavily favor the defenders, and we can kind of tell based off of the AO here, but we'll get there when we get there. Real quick, I just want to point out, Op4 has actually 4 different explosive specialists planting charges on the forested route from the direct Blue 4 line in. Do you see that?
So they're
actually planning this one out. That's awesome.
Yep. France, Osturin, Bedekovich, and Turnby. Yeah, they're sending those charges and going to be working together for as far as that. Finn did say kind of, I wouldn't quite call it a prediction, but he was kind of taunting, saying wherever there's forest, that's Scandi territory. So they're taking that to heart and planting charges in the forest nearest to their safe start area.
I think it's a great idea to take explosive charges to that level, but I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think it's a bit of a misplay for this AO.
Yes,
there's way too much open ground between that forested area and over here for that to be effective, because what's stopping Op4 from just setting up on the edge of this territory with a fortification line of either trenches or anything from an E-tool? If they really wanted to be effective with it, I think the forested area to the west would be a lot better, because there's a lot of room for Blue 4 to charge around, get to the forested area on the back, dismount here, and send forces in. But I will admit the AO is also quite tight. Yeah, southwest, my bad.
I see.
Because you got those forested routes with the river going in. You got another forested route. Again, it's really close. Blue 4, based off this AO, it's unlikely to see that route going in. But the other route would be the river coming from the southeast. That is another area that infantry could easily come in through the riverbeds here. And there is a good amount of cover and concealment with the river banks here to try to get forces in. But I can definitely say why, see why they said that the defenders have the advantage for this AO. It's because there's just a lot of open ground all around this town, where if Op 4 is smart enough here, they can definitely set up firing lines to stop any Blue 4 forces from coming in. So I'll be really curious to see how Blue 4 tries to pull this off.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a bit of a battle of the minds. I'd almost want to see Blue 4 take a more direct route, maybe through Viparau, kind of the southeast, that forested area, maybe come up along the river to some degree, because I feel like Red 4, apart from the trap that we just saw in place at that northeast forest near T5 Rod's position and Red 4 X-Ray, I think that, yeah, just kind of counterplaying the counterplay by going a lot more direct could almost break open Red 4's entire plan. We do have on the southwest side a couple teams heading down towards Sutorf, kind of following the river. Interestingly enough, I wonder if they're going to go for that kind of active defense, trying to spot out the Blue 4's movements before they get close to the AO.
So, by the way, we do have a demo specialist, Firefighter, another respected name in my opinion. He definitely knows how to play these games. Setting up some defensive lines on the MSR to the south. Actually, that would technically be an SSR because there is an MSR that goes north and northwest in this AO itself. But another thing to point out, this is technically a Blue 4 mirror match. We have Op 4 being Marines in Marpat Woodland camo, and then Blue 4 is attacking as British force, based off their flags on the sides of their chest rigs. But it is going to be a 5-5-6 mirror match with 7-6-2 for the machine gunner groups within Charlie and Foxtrot, and then a Maz being used for Charlie 2 on each side. Attackers get the advantage of having a second M2 Humvee, but otherwise everything else is nearly identical in this regard. Even the numbers, it is a flat 54 V54, so definitely the defenders get a, again, just part of the advantage, because normally with FNF, you see the attackers get like a 15, 10, 20% numbers advantage depending on the round. So defenders have a nice AO here. They've got room to set up explosive traps. They have fortification tools to set up defensive lines. And they're very, very well coordinated. And the final thing, which is really cool about this round, is I'm seeing everyone taking an ACOG scope. We do have magnified optics in play, so that's going to make the marksman a little less effective. That's part of X-Ray. Speaking of which, it is the Mark 11. We got T5 Rod with the marksman rifle for the 29th ID in Op 4, and then Blue 4, the marksman rifle, is being taken by SL Dreams. So, two players who I have seen take the marksman role in the past in FNF, both of which I know are very good with it. They're very comfortable with that weapon, but the marksman is going to be very essential in this operation to try to get off some extra pick-off kills. However, I'm only seeing like a DMS scope, so they only have a slightly larger or better magnification than the actual rifleman here. So it's really going to be up to the riflemen to get the kills here. I'm also looking, we do have ACOGs being put on the machine guns as well. Go ahead. I'm trying to look for a 240 Bravo.
Sure. I kind of refute the point you made earlier about the marksman not being as effective. You got to remember that he's also using 7.62 NATO, which will punch a lot harder than the 5.56 of all these riflemen. Now, that does also mean with everyone having these magnified optics that they can be spotted out easier. Now, you could argue they could still be spotted out by people using binoculars or rangefinders, etc. But this spreads out the capabilities of a marksman team to pretty much every single infantryman that is on the field. We do have a 240 on the Blue Force side, I'm seeing, as well as Iander with that M3 Carl Gustav.
Sorry, I've just updated my title. Apparently Twitch didn't actually update the fucking information, so I just had to hit space 5 times and update anyway.
I don't know why, but that never happens to me. I have no
Do you stream through OBS or OBS Streamlabs?
Streamlabs. OBS Streamlabs.
Yeah, that might be it. I probably need to find an update on OBS just to make sure it's not screwing with anything. So I'll, people refresh their page once they get to this part 5 minutes later, it'll show that it is fixed. But regardless, plans I'd like to see OPFOR do. Since this is an even operation, I would love to see OPFOR try to utilize the M2 Humvee they have early to go search and destroy, to try to intercept Blue 4 as they come in, because there's only so many routes they can take. I think committing it along either MSR, but if they were to start it along the defensive MSR to the northeast and just follow it through the town of Bruchwendel and just follow it into Blue 4's spawn, I think they could... Yeah?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Look at east of Red Force spawn right now. Sergeant Dodd and Private First Class Kernshaw. Gigabrain move here.
What do we got?
The 2 trucks to flatten down the wheat fields and get rid of all this visual cover.
That's actually very smart.
That is brilliant. You can see the trails in the other one, the other wheat field to the northwest, but like, that is amazing to see. That is some out-of-the-box thinking, to say the least.
Definitely. Now, I'm going to be curious to see, yep, we have another trop from Stull. He's also knocking down all of these little trees. So there's absolutely no concealment. That, again, stuff that you don't think about that you would only see in a PvP-esque scenario. So I'll be curious to see if they move those Vics to other spots. Like there's another wheat field to the south. They still have plenty of time to get all this done, but we're seeing them just knocking over everything around here just to flatten it out. That's great.
I just saw something else I'll bring up in a second, but yeah, this is very much, I wouldn't quite call it...
They can't run this over, though.
Communities don't harbor any ill feelings towards each other.
Yep.
That's just not the nature of that.
It's more of,
grudge match.
It's who's the better group of communities in FNF. Is it all the people they invite, or is it the host community? So I can totally get that. By the way, they
perspective, I like that.
They did have Trachiac try to run over some of this. I would think this is rice or leeks or potatoes or something, but no, it's definitely not potatoes. It's like rice or leeks, but they're not able to run over that texture, so they do have to be mindful about here.
Made a cross for some reason next to that field that you're talking about here, over by Corporal's position. They made a cross out of sandbags and HESCO barriers, and don't know if that's a prayer or if that's some kind of big brain.
X marks the spot. So another thing I quickly want to mention, this is a cache hunt, but the areas for the caches literally encompass the entire town. You've got one in this 2-story building right here, and then one which has a much harder, bigger garrison in here. At least this is where I think there's some sort of team meetup on the 2nd story, but both of these positions just encompass so much that it's... There's definitely going to need to be a lot of searching by Blue 4. Again, the 3 major advantages that the Defender has, which is why it's so heavily defensive biased, is there's no numbers advantage for the attacking force. The areas for the objectives themselves are massive. And the third... Come up with a third. I had one, I forgot it.
Well, we said what numbers?
Excuse me. No, I remember now. The AO itself is mostly open field all around. It's really hard for attackers to get in. Also, Anderson just showed up.
Yes, they talk about Anderson. He was running late from work, so I think he's going to be able to get in just in time.
Yep, he is head honcho of NA that like organizes everything. So, you know, being a member of the 29th, it is good to see him here. And I don't know why, I just absolutely love seeing that these trucks are running over all of this. And they still have plenty of time to do it, but they're doing it all along their territory here, so... No, they only got 2 minutes left, but most of this is
a few more minutes.
pretty much done. I don't think we're going to see that M2 Humvee used as a counterattacking unit. Instead, it's probably going to be used as QRF. But since they have such a number advantage in the fact that it's even teams, risking 2 people to go out and potentially kill 20, or at least smoke a vehicle or a car, I think would be a worthy investment. Because even if they both get killed, but they manage to kill like 4 or 5 dudes that are crammed in some transport vehicle, that gives you the number advantage early on, and you'll be fine. And because these are Humvees with no cover, they're no up armored.
No, yeah, they're just.
With riflemen that have magnified optics, those things are just death traps anyway. So why not use it early on to try to give yourself that advantage?
Yeah, I guess, with no armor assets like a BTR or anything of that ilk, there isn't a huge disadvantage to, say, if they were to get sniped out and give up that Humvee to the other side, that wouldn't really screw them over as much as it would, say, if they had an armored asset to work with. But best case for that would just be, or I guess more worst case would be just spraying down through buildings, which they already have an M2 to do that with anyway.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of cordons over by Bedekovic's position, sectioning off these alleyways and passages, just kind of trying to control the flow, because they're staging this out. They're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, they want to keep Blue 4 out of the town at all costs, but they recognize that it is a distinct possibility. So
I don't think they're going to be able to keep Blue 4 out of the town. 54 guys is a lot of people, but for this size of a town, you have to have a very tight perimeter to do that. I mean, yesterday's FNF match, I think it was NA number 1, Altus versus FIA. That was a 124 player, so the defending force was about 50 dudes, because the attacking force had a numbers advantage. But they held 40 to 50 because they had a small group offset doing fuck knows, but they eventually came back. That was like 40 to 50 players holding, I want to say, the size of maybe a fifth of this town, and they were still pretty stretched then. So having that same number, if not slightly larger, to cover an AO like 4 or 5 times the size of that hill, there's going to be weaknesses in the line, and it's going to be luck if the attacking faction is able to get it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. There's no way.
Absolutely. Luck and skill is a nice little combination
just
of the two.
With all the magnified optics and all the eyes going out, there's not really a stealthy way to do this, but round has started. We do have both M2 Humvees reconning the road. I really like that to prevent against that counter rush. Go ahead.
They're using the Blue Force using their Humvee as a kind of a recon and point vehicle for their convoy.
Yep.
It's a good 200-300 meters at least, actually more like about a click now, in front of this convoy, just scouting things out, making sure the road's clear, enough of an isolated target to where someone could just shoot them up and they'd lose that asset, but then the rest of the convoy would know not to go there.
Real quick,
so we'll see how that
I think we're going to see first point of contact. Op4 brought their Humvee around at a slight T intersection on the southern side, and we have the Blue 4 M2 Humvee being driven by I think that was Navy and Indigo Fox. And
over the crest of this hill, and the Cool Breeze is in a decent ambush position. Yeah, he's got great line of sight down this road.
Firefighter was up here. I thought he might have been putting an explosive trap, or they put all those explosives right there. But yep, they are in a very good ambush position.
Yep. He's opening fire. And
Humvee's gonna go pursue it.
Yep.
However, the transport trucks are still on their way.
Yep. Cool Breeze gets eyes on the target again. Shooting a little bit behind. Needs to lead his shots a bit at that distance. Oh, he does get a kill, though. He's got one of them, either the driver or the gunner.
And now the Blue 4 trucks are diverting south.
Yeah, he got Indigo's gunner. Indigo's falling back.
Yep, that is, Navy is dead. But Op4 already at a slight advantage by killing off basically getting first blood here. We have Blue 4, the other Humvee has excuse me, Jesus. It took X-ray and it diverted north and dismounted in this far tree line here and is trying its best to get some recon in. First half of Blue 4's attack force has deployed south. Second half is also coming down.
Ooh, Vonk's looking right in the direction.
Might be tough.
But, I think the foliage. Ooh, might have just spotted something there. Something moving in the trees. Other than that, he can't really see much unless he has his grass turned off or something. But he is looking over in that direction. He might have spotted a bit of shimmering between the trees. But yeah, Twig and all them making their way across this big open field. Kind of surprised that they're not being a bit more sneaky, though. I think they have a bit of a sense of security this far out from the town itself.
So I do love how the Op 4 M2 Humvee has pulled around, thinking that Blue 4 might have tried to sneak it around, not realizing Blue 4 just went defensive with it instead. And we have the other half of the attack force. Wuna just hit the highway divider and stopped all momentum of his Vic as forces are pulling around here. I think the northern Humvee was unarmed because I'm seeing the second armed Humvee was with the other 3 trucks here. Excuse me, 2 trucks and a Humvee that came up. So I think that was just a, making sure that those forces at least have some static defense, which is good. It shows that the commander was thinking about just in case Op 4 tries to rush with that Humvee. But either way, just a quick mention, it is Severe commanding the FNF Coalition force for Blue 4 here, and the Op 4 commander is, I believe that would be Second Lieutenant Stray.
Yep.
What do you know about him for FNF? The name doesn't ring a bell for me.
Yeah, the name I recognize it, but I haven't seen that name around a ton, just in terms of being, I guess, a bit more prominent. But it's kind of 29th IB is kind of a Milsimi group. Second lieutenant, obviously denoting some rank, so he knows what he's doing. He probably just doesn't come around FNF as much and got drawn to this for a bit more of a serious fight. So we'll see how well he's able to adapt to the framework of FNF, how things are done, and I guess almost kind of the meta almost. See how well he's able to adapt to all the various bits and pieces that go into an attack and defense. I do love that we're doing 3 rounds, having the best of 3 going, so we can really
we'll see who is able to take it on.
It should leave no doubts. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be any doubts at the end of this.
So, to state this again for the people just joining us, this is a Saturday FNF, except it's a little more competitive. It's the 29th ID guys, which are the host community for FNF, fighting against all of the other factions that come in to play FNF every Friday. Barb, you had that list. Who is playing on the Coalition side?
On the Coalition side, we have the illustrious Scandi Recon, as well as the 4th Infantry Brigade, SOG, PLH, Zeus Spartans, AFI, obviously Severe, Tau, Chad, UPSC, and I think that's about it. We also have Navy, who isn't really affiliated, he's just FNF, but a big coalition, like you said.
For a straight 54v54.
Yes, so there's no advantage because we are just switching sides in and out, so we don't have that usual overflow with the just a large amount of people that we have on a usual Friday night fight.
So by the way, someone on the southern side just discharged his weapon. I think he might have already saw something, but it was nothing, so... Blue Op 4 already knew they were there, though, so he didn't really give anything away. And to the north, I'm hearing some other shots here, but no kills.
Bonk is still looking way off to the northwest. I think he might just keep keeping his head on a swivel, but he doesn't seem to be on the track.
There is magnified optics for everyone, by the way.
Tweaking and all them. They do have a lot of Vector 21, so they have, I think, about 7
Also, Dead Wingman, how are you doing? I don't need a hug. Don't worry.
So, definitely better than the 4 times at the ACOG, and should let them get some decent spotting in, if they can see anything at least.
Now, are the rounds still 50-minute?
Yes, everything is the normal FNF framework, 15-minute safe start, 50-minute round timer. So it's going to be a little bit longer because we had a bit of an extended safe start for people having some connection issues. But otherwise, it is entirely the same. Caches, 2 of them. You can still mag dump them or blow them up to destroy them. I'm interested to see if we'll see Blue 4 guys. Once they get a building spotted, maybe if someone who doesn't have a satchel charge spots the cache, guy with a satchel charge just comes in, throws it inside that same building, destroys the entire building to get the cache.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw a play like that either. But right now, 53 v 54. Navy, who was the gunner of an M2, was killed off in a skirmish between two M2 Humvees, an OP4, the OP4 one and one of the two Blue 4 ones. But right now, Blue 4 is just trying to figure out how they're going to maneuver here. OP4, knowing that some forces came down this route, have set up a little bit of a blocking force in a town south of the actual objective area. And I'll be curious to see if Blue 4, they do have a pincer already set up with two forces, basically from the get-go, actually, because half the force came in 3 trucks, the other half came in 2 transport trucks and a Humvee, and then Severe was in a command Humvee on his own, I guess organized and everything. But we've got Echo, Delta, and Foxtrot, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, both half and half here. X-Ray on the other side trying to do some Overwatch. I would think that Blue 4 might try to send forces to this river and guide them up from here, which actually doesn't have that much defense on it. You just have one guy. But I think once OP4 realizes where Blue 4's forces are, you're going to see forces pull away from other defensive lines to try to fortify that spot, and that might give Blue 4 an opportunity to mount up their other pincer and try to push them into town from a different direction. I know Severe is really good at making plays like that, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Go ahead.
PFC Stoller, that one guy you mentioned along the river, has just spotted movement to his far south. Point Man, King, Tom, Armor Jesus, Novix, that northern kind of echelon in this forest for Blue 4. He has definitely spotted them out with some binoculars. Doesn't have great eyes, but he just knows that someone's there. That's actually Platoon 2 HQ that I think he spotted, or at least someone in that team. So that should give Red 4 some decent information to start shifting their focus a bit more south. I think right now they're waiting on... They have a bit of a western detachment with Scandi, Fungi, and Nuclear Moose heading west. I guess trying to find that Humvee. But otherwise, they're waiting for X-Ray to do something on the northern side, whether that's spotting, some recon, or even drawing contact to the north to give them some breathing room on the south side. That should spoil Blue 4's plans being spotted out from such a far distance so early on.
By the way, OP4 X-Ray, who was in this large forest, we do have Vonk over here. I'm going to see... I think he does have eyes on. Yep, Blue 4 X-Ray moving out. I just saw one of their heads right above the grass.
Yeah,
so
a lot closer to this position.
We might see OP4's X-Ray try to come around and counter Blue 4's X-Ray, but they might run into Twig and Warlords here and get some pick-off kills. But it's really going to be up to the commander of OP4 to see that as just the enemy marksman group coming up and not a larger force, because if he tries to pull too many forces north to potentially counter this movement coming in, he will leave his south a little exposed here. And I will admit, OP4 is a little stretched thin here because they do have a lot of investment to the southwest as a blocking force. But if that pays off, and then we have people like, yep.
We're having a bit of a skirmish here pretty soon with the X-Ray groups. I think, Twig King. So, Vonk spotted the further group of SL Dream and Jay.
But hasn't seen Twig and Warlords yet.
He just did because they just passed in front of him low, and they weren't able to see him. So now he has eyes on all 4. Blue 4, meanwhile, has spotted Red 4 X-Ray's Humvee that they stashed along this SSR just at the western edge of this forest that they're hiding in. So both are aware of the other team's positions.
You got to remember, though,
varying degrees.
OP4 put all of their charges in this forested area, though. So is OP4 X-Ray going to let those 2 guys get in there just to det the charges, or are they going to try to take them out?
I'm not sure. That is a very good question. I guess if they have them marked, which I would assume they do.
If one side wins both the first 2 rounds, there won't be a third round. The third round's purely the tiebreaker.
With it being 4 different people, that could be 4 different triggers. So that might be a bit of a hurdle to get over as far as organization. But Warlords and Twig King actually getting into this forest without any opposition. I'm now not sure if Vonk actually did see them or not. He definitely saw... He's definitely still watching SL Dream and Stark way off to the north, but I could have sworn he spotted the other guys.
I thought he did too, because he was looking in the direction. Those two guys were right under him. So I think Williams might be coming around to go deal with them or something.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
It's hard to tell.
Maybe they just don't want to reveal their position so early, so early in the fight.
By the way, all the way to the south, a Blue 4 line of Scandi Recon has started engaging the Op4 Humvee. That Humvee quickly turned in and is pulling back. You do have Anderson down here as well, trying to get some scouting data to see how many forces are right there, but I would be willing to bet that Op4 is going to start fortifying that southern line. One more thing to notice back on X-Ray is we still have T5 Bay looking up in this forested direction. I think he has a good keyhole that lets him see about 30 meters ahead. No, not... Now it's about 15 to 10, actually, but he is now quickly running up. He might get behind Twig and Warlords here.
I'm not sure why, but Anderson decided to open up on that Scandi Recon Charlie 2 line, got some bullets in the legs as recompense, and is now rolling away to try and bandage himself up, but...
He tried to get a quick kill and run, but...
Yes, which I don't think he did. No.
Scandi's really good at countering shit like that. Otherwise, time is going to continue to get eaten, but I'm going to be honest, it's going to take Blue 4 a good 20 minutes to sweep that town for those caches, just because of the sheer size of searching. So, if Blue 4...
I'm so concerned, yeah.
Yeah, if Blue 4 continues to be slow down here, they're eventually going to have to make a move, and they're just giving Op 4 more time to scout them out fully and get more data here. So, hopefully we'll see an action in a little bit, but for now... I'm really concerned for Warlords and Twig, because T5 Bay, he's been slowly coming up.
Waiting in the wings, hiding amongst the bushes.
It's worrisome.
I'd be worried too. Hair sticking up on the back of my neck, knowing that you're being watched. And I think... No, Bay does not... Isn't looking quite in the right direction. Looking through
Anderson has gotten in the Humvee, and that Humvee is now pulling back. So they're conceding that forested area for Blue 4 to get in there. But it's just a stalling game at this point. If the clock gets to the 45-minute mark and Blue 4 hasn't made any plans to move into that town, I think this is just going to be a time victory.
I think so, potentially as well. SLG and Stark did take a round from Red 4 X-Ray's marksman. I heard that SR-25 or Mark 11 ring out. Didn't seem to be a good hit. They've fallen back and are repositioning now. I wonder if that shot is going to bring Twig King and Warlords back up to the north. They've actually made it unscathed to the southeastern side. T5 Bay didn't spot them, and neither did Williams. So they might be attracted to that report and head more north now, which does look like is what is happening.
T5A's got a little bit of a few good sight lines here, but it's still pretty poor visibility down there. Now, real quick, because people in chat are asking, this will be a best out of 3, but if one side wins both rounds, there won't be a third round. So, and when I say side in this case, I mean the 29th or the FNF coalition here. So,
yes.
Scandi is now smoking to try to pull back. They put some smoke rounds on that forest. Interesting that Severe is playing this so defensive, but he does have his northeastern flank remounted in Vix. I think you're going to see these guys pull around and try to attack in the way that X-Rays come in on.
Potentially. I could see that happening as they mount back up into trucks, just going, we've been here too long, we've been made multiple times over. Let's, double back and go from the other way, which isn't too bad of an idea, though that could obviously lead them right into the trap of those explosive satchels. Obviously, they have no...
Hold up, Warlords and Twig King might be right in T5 Bay's sightlines here.
Ooh, yeah, this is
They're very close.
This is going to turn to CQB. T5 Bay is looking a bit more to the northeast. And
I don't think you saw him.
Nah,
But he might hear them.
Yeah, going through those bushes and stuff. The rustle of the leaves.
I'm listening.
Warlords has spotted the Hescope areas way off to the west. So that's going to draw their attention a bit.
Interesting enough, T5 Bay went for a CCO site instead of a magnified site.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. I have seen sometimes people grab two sites. They grab a CCO and then they grab an ACOG to kind of switch between, or some kind of magnified site. Because Bay definitely had an SU-230 earlier. So I think T5 Bay has those two sites to give them some kind of flexibility. Even though the SU-230 has an MRDS on the top, so a bit redundant in my opinion. But hey, what can you do?
T5 Bay is scoping out where Williams was. I thought I saw a small glimpse of him. But how far is he? Yeah, no, he's way far up there.
Side. So, unless we have some PID issues. That'd be funny if we have some PID issues in this kind of hardcore.
And now you have Twig and Warlords crawling through the wheat field that's still here.
Yeah, what remains of it.
It's hilarious.
Stark and SLGM have pulled back into the forest way off to the north, so they're gonna try and break off completely. Maybe double back to their Vicks and proceed on with those wheels.
Yeah, I think they're looking over though to see that most of the wheat field over here has been knocked out as well. So they could, though, potentially crawl to the south and then get up on this riverbed. But we do need to see Blue 4 make some sort of move here because the clock is running.
Agreed. Yeah, see them now. They're loading up a bit more into their trucks, so they should be moving out soon.
It's a full remount from the looks of things, yep.
So they could either go for a Thunder Run. I'm seeing Lusod is actually pointing back east, and that M2 Humvee. So they probably will double back to the starting position, or at least go back through
the fucking Twig and Warlords have decided to run through an open field into the AO.
Backs. No one's gonna spot them either. T5 Bay is still looking into the forest. No one is looking out here to the east. Gates is over here. He's kind of got a tight angle, looking a bit more north to where Red 4 X-Ray's position is, so he's not gonna be able to spot them. Sergeant Kai, Ergen.
I can't believe that worked.
Kai is just hanging back, probably looking at his map. Yeah, they're on the other side. They ran through no man's land like it's fucking 1917 and came out the other side unscathed.
Who's to bet, though, that Blue 4 is going to take that knowing they just ran through that open field unmolested and they're going to Thunder Run their Vicks up the same direction?
That's very possible because they only took one shot from the Red 4 marksman team and they weren't ever able to spot them again. And Red 4's X-Ray wasn't able to spot the rest of Blue 4 X-Ray, so yeah, they could very easily make that call on, hey, this worked for us, maybe it'll work for you. Now we do have Gates still looking around. They're hiding in this warehouse.
I can't believe that fucking worked.
Is that cracked? No, I think that's just how it is, completely closed. Yeah, you can crack open doors using Ace, so I would love to see
control space and scroll wheel.
Yep.
But Blue 4's completely mounted up. That's crazy. But no, they're not taking that left. They're going somewhere else. A remaneuver this late in the game,
they could be going
very risky.
All the way back up to spawn at Schreimlitz. Schreimlitz, and then going west from there to Bruchwedel, coming down from there, and then coming down from the north, kind of where X-Ray came in, instead of going kind of cutting over, because that whole area to the northwest of Neumühle is completely unnavigated. They don't know what's there, so they're playing this completely safe, and it makes sense as far as what Sevilla's doing because they are already at an even standing as far as numbers, so that means that the attacking side is at a disadvantage. If this does keep up, though, like you said, they're gonna either run out of time or just throw their lives away fruitlessly in an attempt to, fight against the clock. But if that is what's going to happen, then that definitely puts the advantage in the second round for 29th Infantry Division and that side of this PvP matchup. So I'd be very interested to see how they use that advantage as far as the mentality that momentum. The momentum is a big thing, especially in Counter-Strike, where so many rounds and rounds and rounds. There's a momentum. You can.
Hey, real quick. Twig has spotted Ergen through a small keyhole on the rooftop of the barn, or the frickin' third-story window, and then you've got Bekovic running right through the building. Blue Force and Warlord had a gun on him. Oh
Are you?
God.
What? It's like, what the fuck?
Fucking, we're playing some James Bond level bullshit here. Like, Twig King turns around, is like, were we spotted? Huh? What happened?
Did you hear that? What was that noise?
I hope Bedovic watches his back and sees just how close he was getting his head blown off right there.
That was funny.
But I know these guys really like to watch the VODs back because there are plenty of these instances, both on Friday and these special events, where it gets that fucking close, and they never realize it. But it hopefully teaches them, hey, keep your head on a fucking swivel just because you haven't seen anything. He is going back.
To that same barn.
Just a run through.
That angle. And so, yeah, he's going to come right through, and like on a Sunday stroll.
Oh my God. Warlord spotted him come in again.
Him too. He was looking
through a keyhole. Yeah, they're like, all right, as long as he doesn't see up, man, it's A-okay.
Man, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's reminding Twig and Warlords, though, if they go guns up or something silly happens, they're going to quickly get surrounded here. So this is them just kind of testing to see that, yeah, Op4 has a really big 360 going here. There are definitely people moving around in this town. It's going to be a tough fight. But, hey, at least they are starting to find buildings to see where the cash isn't. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing Blue 4 dismount back at spawn. Point Man is planking on air on the front of one of the transport trucks, and now is on the ground and getting back in. But yeah, so they actually stopped at Schwemlitz, and I guess we're waiting to regroup, but now they're moving back around, yeah, that X-ray ingress over towards Brookvedel and to the north of the objective.
So Williams right now is actually combing around in this forested area. I feel like I don't want to believe that Vonk and Rod did not spot those two guys moving through the open field right in front of them. Like, it's possible, but
right? But I saw him
the way this has been...
I got no clue.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Could see, yeah. I'm confused to that as well, because the only thing I can think of that they didn't open fire on them immediately was that they'd give their position away. So that's why they.
Reno, thanks for the 10-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this. Whew. Yeah, I think they're just going to go the route that X-Ray scouted off, but we do have Rod and Vonk looking in these directions. I'm going to go in Vonk's first person here. He just went out of the bino as soon as I could have potentially seen a Vic charge through, so it's... I haven't seen any tells just yet. Nah, the forest, it's just too thick. They don't have any good eyes on.
What's interesting is, yeah, they've actually pulled back a bit on the south side, Red 4, into Suttorf a bit more. The M2 Humvee is still down here, so I think maybe they're trying to maybe just keep all their bases covered. They haven't really taken any casualties, though. In fact, I don't know if they've taken any. Yeah, I'm seeing not a single skull on Red 4.
Yep.
So
just navies. Yeah, so I don't think Vonk spotted that group coming in because he's still looking around, just hasn't spotted anything just yet, so...
Yeah, there's a bit too much foliage. There's a few keyholes that he could look through, but from his position... Oh, he actually might have just spotted command there as they pass through. He's looking off to his northeast.
No, I've checked at that angle. There's just too many trees in the way that block the actual road.
Yeah, I'm seeing Delta 2 now pass that same area, and there's that's just too much. So yeah, now they're coming all the way around over here with that Blue 4 X-ray group kind of as a splinter cell almost, just holding down, saying, we got a spot here. They just need to get to them. With the rest of the X-ray team on the western side of this SSR to the north, or I guess in between these two SSRs in the field, they know that this area is relatively clear up to them as well. So they have a bit more of a staging point than they did to the south. To,
you know what?
To their credit, but
I think there's actually a potential plan here. What if they had Warlords and Twig King find 1 or 2 guys to headshot just to make a little bit of noise to pull people towards them? That with the fact that Op4 does have units to the southwest, which I think Blue 4 already knew about. That's why they pulled away, thinking that they fortified this route. That does give Blue 4 a pseudo number advantage to work with, at least in attacking this AO before Op4 takes Delta and moves it back in the town to reinforce. So there is...
Walking through the barn as well. Nope, he passes it actually.
Amazing. There is a little bit of wiggle room here for Blue 4 to work with. They just have to know how to capitalize on it. And I am watching...
Dead spot Ergen.
I'm watching Dot here. He does have his rangefinder out. He is looking around, making sure Blue 4 doesn't do a rush right here. So... there's still a lot of room, but if Warlords and Twig can make a big enough bane here and take out a few Op4 guys... I could see them... I could see a distraction working here properly.
Yeah. Yeah, that I think is about their only choice right now, as we're coming up on almost 50 minutes. Yeah, we're going to come up to probably, we're probably about 20 minutes left right now with the extended safe start. We're right about 20 minutes, so there's not a lot of time left at all.
Twig still has his gun trained on Ergen, though. Oh no, he turned around.
Whatever they're gonna do, they need to do it fast.
Yep.
And they're not gonna be doing it fast by dismounting north of the field. I think they're gonna be getting back in and yeah, doing that kind of thunder run because they ought to be watching their watching the clock right now.
They need to time that thunder run though and give Twig and the other guy at least 1 to 2 minutes to start engaging. I mean, an easy shot on Ergen, 1 bullet. Well, no, because you need the initial reaction and then Op4's reaction of, wait, what the hell's going on? There it is. Twig taking out Ergen.
Nice. Good kill. Clean.
And now you're going to hear...
Here's the thing, though. They're both using M4s.
Yep. So they're going to move up to Bendovich's position. They're going to be able to keyhole him from the side. Bendovic, though, he's pulling back because he heard that movement. So he wanted to make sure he didn't get keyholed from an opening of the barn. So now Op4, I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a reaction of forces being sent around. Yep, there's a thunder run, though. Gates and Kernshaw were sent around, but...
yeah, I think you're right. They kind of misplayed this.
There needed to be like another minute or so of just getting that reaction in play, but at least now with this going on, this does give Twig and Warlord some time to run around and try to figure things out here.
It's got sniped out. That truck is driverless now as it barrels into the fucking northern side of this town, but it's on a straight shot. It's gonna get in there. Hits a tree, still keeps moving. They need to hop out now as they're getting sprayed down. 5 of them get out. 5 of the 10 survive.
5 out of the 10. Hot damn. I mean, Blue 4 had to make a move.
Absolutely. No, this was their only real chance right here. And they're just getting shreked. I think that was 2 RPGs or laws that went out over to this western position, this northwestern side of Dormta. That's another rocket sailing over. 15-minute timer. And yeah, like we mentioned before, there's just so many angles, so many buildings to search.
Yeah, I'm seeing people really running past each other. But I'm seeing some great PvP here.
Died.
Yeah.
Twigging's still alive, but his buddy's dead. They both got mowed down next to a garage. I
Blue
don't...
4 re-maneuvering through an open field to go around. Not the smartest idea, but I also understand why they're doing it. This is how messy it's getting.
Problem now is
VODS picking the worst time to do medical. He can get a lot of free kills right here. And he's noticing.
Yeah, get that spray.
So instead he's gonna throw grenades. 2 grenades going out. Nice.
Oh.
That's gonna do a lot of damage.
Nim goes down.
Nim, of course, goes down. And there's VODS now firing over, picking off Banks and Lurch as well.
Handwich looks back, doesn't know where the shots are coming from, and he gets some 5.56.
Quickly is running around though. Runs right in front of VODS. That makes VODS panic.
Yeah.
Quickly gets knocked out.
Andy doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Broad doesn't know what's going on. Smith doesn't know what's going on. Nuclear Moose gets to the behind the Mazcaz.
Oh,
Because it's the classic, hey, all these people are down. I should go medic them.
VODS spots Smith as he tries to poke through the bush. This is a perfect position for VODS. 3 kills, 4 additional downs. And he is just stopping Blue 4's momentum here. It's amazing what one well-placed guy can do in PvP.
No kidding.
So VODS is now trying to spot through the bush, but he can get some pickoffs. Gets Hudson. Gets Neil. If he looks left, he's going to see all these guys now trying to deal with this Mazcaz.
And again, same issue. Just rinse and repeat. Brooke goes down. That was either... Yeah, that
This is an amazing play here. Ander getting shot in the back. He's down.
But no, Fiani...
Smith's woken back up, though. He's crawling through the smoke. Still trying to figure out what's going on.
5 kills now for Boston.
5 kills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. What a crazy chat here.
Absolutely.
And now the smoke is hiding his position, but because of the, it's basically M4s, all 5.56, no one can tell what that weapon PID is. And this is just a perfect example why you always, when you have different weapon PID, you steal the opponent's gun, because this is the bullshit you can get away with. And, I mean, for me, Blue 4's done. Like, this crazy level of Mazcaz here, caused by one person in the perfect spot. And I think he's going to keep going. Put some more shots out.
Took down Robertson over to the east. And he's trying to get some picks, but should open it up, but...
VODS getting another.
Kind of too late. Boss is on 6 kills.
They're going to turn that to a CCP, but when that smoke runs out... Oh, gosh. No one's thought to check those gunshots. He's got another kill. 7 kills for VODS.
But another 5 still down for him.
Gets Flying Finn. 8 kills for VODS.
Jesus. This isn't even fair. He's just shooting fish in a barrel at this point. But I'm with you as far as Twig King. Him and his battle buddy, they need to make their presence a lot larger. Throw those...
Yeah.
Mag dump people. Don't get clean kills, but mag dump. And
Smoke's going to start dissipating. He's going to see more movement here.
Yep.
Just the amount of bodies caused by one person.
And Dryden's dead. Davies hits the ground. Severe Commander is down. Az is dead.
And finally, Pointman and Arma Jesus knocking VODS out. But holy fuck.
He was on 8 as when he died, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 people knocked out. That is incredible.
Dryden woke back up. Lucky fucking bastard.
We do have a medic on site, but this many people down, I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more KIA out of that. So VODS MVP for Op4 there.
Absolutely.
Pretty much stopping Blue 4's attack here. Now, we do still have a little bit of a Blue 4 force here, but the sheer amount of Op4 guys are going to have to fight through, and the fact that there is only 10 minutes remaining, it's going to be very, very difficult for Blue 4 to bounce back. Still possible, mind you.
Yeah, lightly. Yeah, I mean, technically still possible because they just have to go and destroy the caches. That's it. But even that's a tall order. Has some grenades. Somewhere destroyed a little shed over by Vagrant and Buckets. They're not too far off.
Pointman is the only explosive specialist still up, though. out of the entire platoon. So out of 4, they only have 1 guy that can throw satchels right now.
Yeah, and right now he's getting focused down by Valenti on the roof of the tavern or apartment building, whatever you want to call this. Lusaw doesn't realize that Valenti's next to him, and he gets a half a mag to the side of the head. Poor Lusaw, he was doing so well too.
Op4, one of the biggest weaknesses that they have right now is their forces are so spread out that there's no battle buddy system in play. So when Op4 starts losing people, they don't know just how much they've lost in this case. So it's really hard for them to kind of get a fixture here on just where the enemy force is and where friendly forces are, because there's just so much intermingling right now between Op4 and Blue 4 forces.
Yep, speaking of which, Dot pushes in, gets a kill on Vagrant. So yeah, now this northeastern, northeastern push has been completely taken down. Indigo running through the town with his M2 Humvee.
Mino needs a double tap.
Halls and Cosmonaut over here on the south side. And yeah, Indigo is now trying to do what Twig King did, as far as just
rush in.
Away.
Little over 8 minutes remaining. But it is an absolute slaughter. I mean, just Severe, the ground command, looking at all of these dead Blue 4 guys, all caused by one well-placed character. In my opinion, Voss's spot was kind of meh, really exposed, but...
Make all the difference.
Yep. And now you got Cyrus on the other side also firing in. And just the sheer amount of bodies, man.
Voss took down most of, if not all of Scandi behind these 2 buildings here. Only 2 surviving are Nim and Az.
And they're bleeding out right now.
Yeah, Severe, I think, might have stabilized them, but there's not much he can do on his own. So 4IB coming on this this western side, coming around towards the south. Getting in a firefight with Germania, who goes down.
Germania goes dead, yep. 6.5 minutes.
Closer and closer. 6.5? Jeez. Nah, I'm really not seeing it with the amount of building.
I don't think even if Blue 4 had more time, I still wouldn't see it, because Op 4 just... They're rallied around the actual cache sites. Blue 4 just lost way too many guys. I mean, there's no way to counter what Blue 4 ran into. It was, again, just, wrong place at the wrong time. And no one decided to check out what that gunfire was, because Blue 4 in that massive charge, it's really hard to, if not impossible, to coordinate infantry when everyone's doing a thunder run. So if someone is in a good spot to capitalize on that, they're going to be golden. So I would definitely, again, say Vonk is the MVP here. Brandy doing a great job pushing around, taking out Dreek. Takes fire from Anderson and Cyrus, but... Looking at Blue 4's forces here, we got Kane and Tom moving up, but Carlson, one of the best players in FNF, I'd say, close by, isn't aware of their presence, though. But just the sheer amount of forces on Garrison here, I don't see it.
Indigo has made his way to the eastern side of town, kind of looking for stuff on his own. He's just a crewman, but he could still...
Cyrus getting knocked out by Brandy.
Throw some grenades and probably take down one cache on his own. Spots Robertson, but he's able to get away, but not before getting a nice round to the head and turning his skull around. Shots going in retaliation to Indigo's position. So now we're in a firefight, and I don't think he is long for this world. As far as what Blue 4 actually did, I understand why they stopped and pulled back. I just feel like they took way too long to do it, to make a decision. They had their decision, and they went through with it, eventually. But I feel like instead of going through Sufo, if there's that bridge over by Nelson's position just south of Gormta, that is definitely a fatal funnel. But that would have been preferable given their position where they happen to be, trying to rush through that and get into this fork on the south side of the city, or this intersection rather, near Cyrus's position.
If it's stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
In there, trying to do something around that side rather than taking all that time.
Hey, Barb.
The entire yeah, what's up?
Let me tell you about my man Wuna right here. Blue 4 right next to one of the cache sites. He just dismounted in front of 4 dudes. got out, threw a smoke grenade, and crawled into the smoke grenade, and Op4 just decided to look away as he did it. What a Chad Wuna is. Ninja. That's a good way to put it, yeah. Yeah, he just fucking pulled a fast one right there.
Ooh. Does some hand signals, smoke grenade pops up at his feet.
Oh, we got Indigo Fox, Wuna, Bay Potato running around trying to find this sector. Except Indigo Fox getting shot at by Sholin, but was able to get back in cover. Throws a frag grenade behind him for the Ninja Vanish. And Blue 4, I mean, on the other side here to this other cache. Blue 4, honestly, in striking position next to both caches here. So they got very close. It's just they're getting outnumbered at this point. King just won a one-on-one with a Op4 man right here. But Op4 has about a 3-to-1 ratio over Blue 4 right now.
Oh, yeah, no, with 3 minutes and change left to go. I ain't seeing it, Chief.
Yeah.
We did see, yeah, Wuna did get out near the one of the caches, but obviously was not aware of its position. And even if he tried to go into this building, would have been caught out and died. And even
And he just got picked off.
from across the way.
That was Private First Class Merzina, yep.
Yeah, or Merzina, Mr. Zena, whatever. And
So Stray by one of these caches, ground command for Op4, still alive. Severe, though, is bleeding out by a tree. He is Blue 4's ground command, and I don't see it for Blue 4. 3 minutes remaining. Blue 4 would, like, they don't know where to look for these caches other than these massive black areas, so I can definitely see why it is defender focused. But I have a feeling that coalition forces between all FNF clans are going to be able to definitely hold a similar AO to this one. And should be A-okay here. Bay Potato getting tapped. Wuna waking back up, pops a smoke grenade and starts bandaging.
I will say, before this started, both sides were given the maps in advance to just look over them, check things out. So I don't know if they actually did any planning on them, but they did clear all of them and approved them. So I don't think there's any real surprises here as far as that.
Wuna throwing on the lag switch here. Will it be enough, though?
With Arma, we'll see. Usually it favors the shooter, not the shootee.
Less than 2 minutes remaining.
There it is. And
Wuna's dead.
for good measure, Wuna drops down about 5 seconds after getting shot.
Leonox firing across the street, getting Op4 guy on the rooftop. I'm not sure if they spotted the cache from the window cell up there. But I'd imagine that 249, if it saw it, would start trying to mag dump it. But, oh gosh, no, it's not viable from that second story. What a shame.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And again, just seeing how close, even though Blue 4 got spanked, just how close they are to these cache sites is absolutely amazing. Sholin knocking out Mito.
Mito actually getting a kill on, I think it was Choser or something.
Oh, it wasn't Mito, it was Wuna, never mind.
I think it was
Might have been Indigo Fox, I don't know.
Who knows, we're bad at this.
Very bad at this. Dreams, though, he's watching Op4 X-Ray mount up in a, the enemy on the fucking Blue 4 Humvee there.
In Mito's position, sees the dead body on the ground. He's going, wait, what's going on? What's going on in here?
But he doesn't look, and Mito laughs at him.
But didn't check his right. Yep. That's
Mito on 4 kills. 3 of them happen to be in this room. 25 seconds remaining.
Mito does have the opportunity to get in.
Mito's the last guy in the AO. And Halls here is going to wrap this all up, and there goes Mito. Rest in peace. FNF Coalition has lost round 1, 29th ID, winning on a honestly defensive bias operation, but there will be a side switch, and we'll see how this all goes down in round 2. So, if the 29th wins round 2, which is unlikely, but hey, you never know, there will be no third round. 29th ID will be declared the winners of this Saturday night scuffle. But if they lose and the FNF coalition is able to hold, we will go into a tiebreak for round 3, which will be a neutral fight. So, there is the victory there. I would again say Vonk definitely was the MVP there with that. It was Voss, my bad. Just absolutely annihilating Blue 4 on that angle. Hot damn. Let's go back downstairs.
Yeah.
I'll wait one for a mission change.
Aim at the balls as usual.
I didn't know we
Mike.
parked right next to the
Hey,
cash
guys.
building.
Ay,
As
ay,
expected, it was definitely a lopsided defense, as you guys all know. We were aware of this instance, so we knew it was going to happen. But anyway, next round loaded up. The Op 4 now will be the Coalition, and Blue 4 will be the 29th. Any questions, comments, concerns, please give it to your community leaders, and they can relay it up.
Did the FNF
It's
team
pretty
gain
fucking
any
cool.
slots or lose any slots? My guys are here now for UPSI.
We'll find out when we all slot up again and figure out the count.
Round 2 incoming. Here we go. Slot screen up.
All right.
29th, Rosina, I need you to move. I'm going to tell you your slots shortly.
That's 29th Blue 4. 9th Blue 4. I did.
29th, you are Blue 4. 29th, Blue 4.
Drake.
Wait, the mission description says 29.
I know, I messed it up.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, it was a copy and paste of the last mission. So the Op 4, I believe so, right? Correct, Nemesis? That Op 4 is always defending.
No. That's how he said it in the mission.
Yeah, hold on, I'll look at the screenshots. Are the screenshots red objectives, correct?
Okay. Look at the mission file.
I know. Well, I'm just double checking to make sure. I believe so, yes. The
East is defending. So yeah, red force.
I just messed up the description on top. Apologies, everyone. But it is essentially a mirror match of the last 4 assets, except really the only thing that's changed is uniforms. All right, well, let's get close to 55 and 53 again. We can get rocking, guys.
Is Thorn coming back?
Yeah, I crashed.
Does anyone know why it told me that the cache was outside the cache area? Turns out to be, I parked right next to the cache building. It's just,
Hey, Alibrad and Lennox, could you swap out, please?
29th, who are we missing?
All right.
Still missing. He did contact me.
So, commands are updated. Mission will, for round 2, be on Ruha. I hope it's a similar sized AO with all that open area.
Shafley should be there.
Vide, I don't know what to say to that. Just
And there will be a side switch. So now you have the FNF coalition defending.
Medic Alpha.
Yeah, I am.
alright, just
And 29th ID attacking as Blue 4.
Rosina, are you slotted?
So now we got a little bit of downtime. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask them now, and I will get to them while we're in the setup phase of the next one.
Here we got a 1 RW. Shouldn't he be on the other team?
He shouldn't be here. Not sure he was invited.
Fast Fusilier J Firefly, 1 RW, almost Delta 1.
Sorry,
Yeah.
1RW.
This is I guess, a private thing. Yeah.
Yes, this was an invitational.
We're still
It's only
waiting
certain
on two
communities we're
people
allowed to show
on
up.
OPFOR. Who is that? 4RB, is that you guys?
We got Scandinavian got one guy missing an offer.
Valenti is Brazil.
He's joining.
Games for 2 medic. It's fine. Where's
Yeah, he said he would.
into squad medic for Alpha. Is Trasiak back? Oh, he's
But
not.
yeah, again, these ops favor
Gonna take a slot.
the defenders here, so that's why there is that tiebreaker round, which will go neutral. But we'll see it when we see it. But this has been a pretty interesting match, so, to say the least.
Okay. And then Trasiak, are you here?
Yes.
Can you slot into Alpha squad medic or LAT, depending on Cal's choice?
Okay.
Wait, say again?
You got a choice: Trasiak, LAT, or medic.
Medic.
Hey, fam.
Where did you want me, sir?
You're fine where you are.
Roger.
Second platoon should be
LT?
10. Yes.
I got Hess ready in TS.
Well, that's up to
He needs
Twig.
his rights, he says.
I see the 29th is up to 55. That means we can go to 55, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got actually 56. One's up above if we can go to that if you want. I don't know.
Drake's call.
Someone needs to give him permission. He's called Heb, which said Hess.
So it's going 56 v 56 now.
Sorry, go ahead for Drake.
Can we get apparently another person joining?
Yeah, I got him. Stand by. What group?
Scandinavian is still missing one on offer. So
Say again, group.
Yeah. Blue Force showed
everyone-
55, so fill it up to 55 at least.
Cool. Staff, please hold for a second. What group? Alright, someone took care of it. Never mind.
I will get him down in here and get the men slotted. People that have a reserve slot, you guys got. And then we're gonna fill them up with reserves that get in. Get the show on the road.
Where's Hess? Hess, jump up a channel with me so I can find you real quick to 29th.
Lobby. Hess is in the lobby.
Oh, he is. Got it.
That would make us 56, so Drake.
Yeah.
Twig, how are you guys with 56?
You can rock 56. Yeah, we have plenty of reserves to match that. We should at least.
Open up one more then, because we got incoming.
Oh, that
times one.
guy is here now. He's joining in on a slot in a sec. There he is.
All right. Anybody who wants to get a reserve in, 2 slots. You got it now.
Obviously just got 2 guys in.
Okay, all right.
Hess is good to go.
Get him in 60 seconds, so we're gonna get someone else in here who can.
Hess needs to enable his microphone.
Welcome, Hess.
So this will be over 110 per round. So, 56 v 56. It should be another interesting one. I expect the 29th to be a little more aggressive on the attack. I know Severe likes to play things a little more cautious, but will that work in the 29th's favor is anyone's guess. I do know one of the classic maneuvers we see in FNF is Scandi Recon being let off the leash, quote-unquote, and allowed to flank around an attacking force. So will the 29th be ready to deal with something like that, is the real question.
Joining.
Okay, do I have anybody on OPFOR joining?
And it should be exciting to see that.
Oh, we're at 56 out of 56? Okay, alright, yeah, we're good then. Alright, if you want to launch it, Drake, we can.
Are you ready, Lieutenant Strain?
It seems we're only 55.
Yeah, well,
slotted
we're
in.
waiting for Hess. He needs to join in progress at this point. I'm ready.
Is somebody working with him on that? Okay, I will go ahead and hit OK, and this time we're going to let everybody load into the map screen. All right, round 2 starts, right? Go ahead.
Can Hess join in-game? In the setup?
15 minutes safe start, yep. Once that 15-minute safe start is over, though, then he'll just pop into spectate. As I was saying, round 2 starts right now.
And we're going to go into round 2.
Ow. Whose mic is that?
Alright, I'm going upstairs.
Somebody really hates.
Somebody got some good static.
There's force push.
Alright, they keep bumbling around, Barb.
It's the funniest thing because it's like they don't do this every week. I don't know if it's because it's a thing or they're taking it more seriously, that they're just like being a lot more nitpicky about things, but it's still just, I don't know, they'll be them. Otherwise. Round 2, sides have been switched. 29th ID is is attacking this time, and the FNF coalition is defending. Factions are the same. Op 4 is still defending. Blue 4 is still attacking. But the people behind the screens have changed.
Mm-hmm. So looking at this 1AO here, a little bit more forested routes to get in all around the town. When I look at it locally, I'll judge it, but that first defensive AO was pretty nice. Like, it forced a thunder run, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
this one looks a little tougher on the map itself.
I'm with you on that. Now that we're in, let's check it out on the ground. I think that southeast area is still going to be pretty open along that river, and that should still provide a natural barrier to kind of avoid for the attacking side. But as for the rest of it, yeah, the southern and southern to southeast is pretty heavily forested. Terrain is also going to be working against the defenders if they are not the ones holding that area. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna be honest, like looking at the AO here, we got a thick forest to the southeast, thick forest to the southwest. Little open areas though, but let me actually count the ways that like branched out forest units can come in. You got this really nice area to the east right here. You've got the southern approach, so you got some open areas coming in, but that's part of the search area for the cache itself. I would say this AO is a little tougher to defend, all things considered.
I agree with you.
A little bit of bias.
Of the, yeah, I'm definitely with you, especially with in terms of that river. I thought that's gonna be a nice natural barrier. It's shallow as fuck. A truck can easily drive through that, whereas on Roche, those things will stop a truck dead. So
yeah.
That's not exactly a hindrance for Red 4, but it's not a natural barrier like I thought it was at first. I think infantry can also get across most of this river without having to go into the swim animation, i.e. they get to keep their gun out and up.
Yeah.
As for the rest of this AO, if they were to just proceed down along the railroad tracks and then branch off right at the town of Hitala, that alone gives them plenty of wiggle room to move around and like go on the fly, adjust to the contact whether it's there or not. If they go down this road going straight north, they take contact, they can divert off to the right, divert off to the left into those clearings, or even into the forest on the other side of those clearings. So yeah, I think Red 4 is going to have to almost do an active defense and try and get early eyes on what this does now, or on what Blue 4 does.
Red 4 does have an advantage here with the caches, though. They're a little closer together, so they can actually make a more unified defense here. But if they try to do that, that just leaves a lot of wiggle room from the east, southeast, to have Blue 4 come around. You know, with the previous AO, there were these massive open fields and these massive kill zones you had for the defending faction to use. Granted, I'll give credit to this AO. There is one to the east, but that's it. Like, it's small compared to what we saw last time.
That's also, that field to the east is nowhere near between Blue 4 spawn and their objective.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for Blue 4 to kind of attack this AO. The attacking faction isn't really going to be forced into a thunder run, because there's just a lot of terrain that they can utilize to actually move into this AO. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I think the best way to have it is literally keep the same map, find 2 towns that have very similar AOs, and just run it. Because it is supposed to be a little more competitive. They want us on 5-minute delays because they want this to be a tell-all of who's better, the communities that come in to play FNF, or the 29th. Yeah, and this just feels a little biased here, so I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
I see what you mean. I feel like it's almost not in the spirit to do it in the same map, because then well,
like I said, 2 similar-sized towns, but, you know, if one town has a bunch of open fields around it, then the other town should have a bunch of open fields around it, you know? Am I sounding crazy?
No, you're really not. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate a bit. I'm for it in that sense of out of the fairness. If they really want this to be fair, then yeah, make it as even as possible in every respect and regard. And to that extent, I don't think that the map choice here favors Red 4 in the same way that it favored, it doesn't favor
the defenders in the previous AO, yeah.
Thank you, yes. We'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, these 2 caches are closer together, so they could form a bit of a tighter defense. But with how much forest cover there is leading up and even inside of the town, especially with the more varied terrain that is just more present on Ruha than it is on Roche, I could very easily see the attacking side committing to a rush and being able to get away with it a lot more easily than what the FNF coalition was able to do in the first round.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a massive advantage for the FNF coalition here. That's even numbers. Defenders always get the advantage of, they get to make fortifications, and I expect them to, build around the caches. We've already seen some HESCO barriers put down. We could see some explosive traps put. Since the AO here is a bit tighter, and they might reconsolidate, this actually lets them put explosive traps directly on routes that they know the enemy is going to take. So there are still some hidden advantages here that Op4 can utilize, but I'm one of those guys where if you want to have, a tell-all event, you have to keep it as even as possible. So I'm gonna be a little pissy for the rest of the stream about that, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you in that regard.
I don't know. It's also because
they want to do.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of that attitude in Arma 3 PvP in the past over some really heavily biased operations. To the point it just turns me off from PvP, even if I see it to commentate on it. But we'll see. Again,
we'll get through it.
If for the last round, if Vok wasn't in that position to kill literally 12 to 13 of the attacking faction, then that could have been a completely different op. But it's just going to be all about, does Op4 have a member of Scandi Recon somewhere in a bush to kill another 12 to 13 people to even it out?
Which I think is modeled after Finland, so this might be their own home territory to work with.
Home field advantage. It was Voss, by the way. I keep butchering his name.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm going to be watching him, though, for this round to see if we can make that magic happen again.
Absolutely, and you already mentioned the
AN7
fortifications. I think they need to use those as a perimeter around the town and for checkpoints and stuff, and they shouldn't fortify the target buildings themselves, because just like with the first round, the cache search areas are the entire town. So by reinforcing specific buildings, that naturally makes them a target, and could very easily undo their own defenses by telling the attacking team, hey, this is where you should concentrate if you want to find the caches. So I'm hoping to see that they kind of spread out the fortifications and entrenchments, but we shall see.
All right, let's talk about ways that Blue 4 can attack this AO. With it being a little tighter here, clearly there is, we've already harpered on this, the eastern approach into this area. They could also go along on the western side, The bridge is going to be a little bit tough, but that can let them in through the back. Specifically, they can cross the river right here because it's not too deep. They can just walk over this and follow the riverbed in on the direct northern approach, specifically northwestern approach, my bad. And then there is also some wiggle room from the northeast as well. So a lot of ways that Blue Fort can kind of encroach on this AK the 29th here. What are your thoughts?
It's going to depend, I think, a lot on, I mean, this sounds obvious, but it's going to depend on which direction the Blue Fort decides to go on this. Just looking at the map, they probably will try
right
to
on Motorhead.
The western side, try and avoid
hope you keep enjoying everything.
Those big open fields in favor of the thicker forests along the railroad lines. So I think if they're just looking at the map, they will go along the railroad lines, go to that southeast, maybe wrap around to the east, and go through like markers 2-8 and 2-5 over there southeast of the town itself. I think they're going to try to go through there, maybe go on the road as a thunder run into Kitala, but we will see.
I think it's going to be less likely to see those thunder runs this round because there's a lot more room for caution for the 29th attacking for this round.
Kind of. I mean, again, just by looking at the map, they can tell already, yeah, we got a lot of forest to work with. A lot of natural terrain cover. You can see it going from 9 meters to 28, 23, 25, 12.
Guys, I'll still answer the questions when I see them. It's just going to be a 5-minute delay. Don't you worry.
And that, along with the fact that they have that round advantage to where they can be a little reckless, and if it bites them in the ass, then they don't lose immediately. Red 4, in this case, the FNF coalition, they have to win this, or they lose the match.
Yep, and there won't be a tiebreaker. Real quick, Barb, let's go over who's in the FNF coalition again, because it is a new round. I'll be cutting the vids that way, and chat's already asking about it again. Give me the list.
Sure thing. The list of, Blue 4 is the attacking side. That is 29th ID, supplemented by 2nd MRB, the people who pretty much run FNF. As for the FNF Visitors side coalition, we have Scandi Recon, 4th Infantry Brigade, or aka 4IB, UPSE, SOG, Scandi, PLH, Zeus Spartans, AFI, Tau, Chad, and I believe that is it.
It was an invitational as well, so only certain groups were invited to partake in this coalition because it's slightly smaller compared to the 124 we see, which is like a 62v62. But otherwise, I mean, that would be flat because normally there's number advantages within FNF. Usually the attackers get that set advantage. One thing I do want to point out to you real quick, though, before we get into that, is Eastern MSR, Indigo Fox, and Navy already ready to go in that M2 Humvee. Probably Navy is going to look for some revenge here, but because he got killed off so early, they're going to go out and try to set up a counterattack maneuver. We have another Humvee unarmed with 4 guys ready to go. That is the X-Ray group. And then we have a large counterattack force. Oh, dear.
So
that
kind of active defense.
Oh, man.
Vanguard force to, I don't know if they're gonna set up maybe along the railroad crossing over there, but because there's a bridge and some terrain that isn't really
risky, but it might work
on the map. That is a bit concerning. So they may be in for a surprise there. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna be doing that kind of more active defense.
Very risky of a call right there. Blue 4, they do have 2 SSRs to kind of get into this AO. They could also pull back and take the MSR up and do a wide eastern flank. But that's why you have all these vehicles going in these different directions to try to find where that main force is going to go to counter it effectively. But again, commanding the coalition, we see him time and time again, whether it be in the actual coalition community, which is a different PvP place, or FNF, or in their very own Arma Finland group. Severe is a great commander in my opinion, and a perfect choice for leading something like this. And then on the 29th ID guy, you have 2nd Lieutenant Stray, who so far has gotten a win for the 29th ID in the first round, but let's see if he can capture that lightning in a bottle twice, utilizing the power of VODS to put him in a great position to eliminate 2 squads of infantry again. I'm excited.
Yeah, like we've been saying, I don't want to take too much away from Stray because he obviously knew what he was doing. All the movements from the defending side in the first round were very calculated. But he definitely had the advantage with that terrain. So we'll see if he's able to switch his brain from defending to attacking and see what he's able to do with this pretty heavily forested terrain.
One more thing I want to point out. Defending faction gets 1 M2 Humvee, attacking faction gets 2 attack Humvees, otherwise it's just transport vehicles and a few unarmored Humvees for movement. The OPFOR force, actually it's not even OPFOR, for both rounds the Coalition was a British force with 5.56 based rifles, and then 29th ID were Marpat Marine Woodland camo with also 5.56. So it's been a mirror match of 5.56, a Maz for their mat weapon in Charlie 2. Charlie 1 in both Foxtrot teams got the M240 Bravo. So everything is completely even to make sure there's not any small caliber advantages given to either side. So OPFOR is saying they're all good. They just got their last guy in for 56, and I think Blue 4 is also ready to go. So we'll have to see how this proactive defense is done by OPFOR. If they can catch Blue 4 with their pants down, we're probably going to see a very quick transition into round 3. But I'll be curious to see how the 29th decides to screen their convoys here.
This southern counter defense, whatever you want to call it for Red 4, this big convoy is 27 players.
That is literally half of their force, slightly under actually. But there is the mission start.
Lurch.
We'll see how things goes.
Lurch almost drove into the back of Flying Finn's truck.
Amazing. I'm gonna watch Blue 4 in case they have a screw up. That would suck though if you're Blue 4. You have a win in the bag, you're ready to go, and then 2 Vics arma into each other and you lose 10 guys off the get-go. That'd be pretty damn funny.
It'd be funny, but only because of how unfortunate it would be.
Looks like Blue 4 has Sholand AFK though, so they might already be down a man. Meanwhile, no one's stuck in OPFOR spawn, so that is not good. Because they're not leaving Sholand any vehicles to move up with. How unfortunate. They're going to be down an auto rifle, too.
So, that southern convoy has gone towards the railway bridge.
Yeah.
And going to be holding over there, which...
They're taking the left approach, but X-Ray is going to be set up right here to watch this group come in. So we might see this proactive attack potentially flank around on the southern side or quickly redeploy at a different route. We also have Bay Potato and Aim at the Balls, who has changed his name to Aim at the Stars, also watching that road as a fallback group. But it looks like that Heb guy's losing connection, so...
Oh, Hess, yeah. It's an S set and it's 2 S's, so yeah, his name is Hess.
It's never mind. It's a letter from a different language, I just forget the exact term.
German.
Hello, past send the boom. Actually, it would be future you.
But yeah,
you'll see this in 5 minutes.
Far western approach, not what I was expecting. T5 Vonk actually heading the wrong way. Unless he's gonna go out into this. Oh my god, he just got some fucking air. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
That was amazing. He got some great air. So yeah, they're going for this far western approach. And yeah, like you said, the X-ray team should be able to hear them. If they're able to see them go this way, that's another thing.
This is a very good elaborate flank, but OPFOR X-ray should be able to hear these Vics, and they are getting eyes on some of these trucks passing by. So they should know to tell this proactive defense going that they're going to need to pull back because they're going to attempt to do a wide flank from the northwestern side, which in my opinion is a really good call. But it does leave a lot of open areas so that if the proactive defense is quick, they could totally fortify this riverbed and catch Blue 4 all in the open and cause a significant amount of damage. But now OPFOR needs to be quick to get that because X-Ray's leading the way here, and I'm willing to bet they might try to get as close as they can before they get those dismounts in.
Yeah, Platoon 2 HQ with Lusard, Omega, Baked Potato, Name with the Stars, yeah, holding up a bit southwest of the town itself. Yeah, these guys, X-Ray needs to call that up, especially that now that a big convoy is passing them. Those trucks are loud. They need to call that up so that the rest of this force knows they're probably not coming your way, and they can pack back up and go back into the town and fortify there, because, like we said, that is literally half their force down to the south, with a few more squads and teams out in the sticks. So the town itself is very undermanned right now. If they're attacking like quickly, which looks like they're dismounting very close, trying to get as close as they can before they get out of their cars. This could be over before it even begins for Red 4.
Op 4, they're still dismounted right here. They're gonna have to start mounting very soon. Blue 4, though, there's going to be a little bit of advantage for Op 4 to still get some time here, because Blue 4 is going to fan out and do a little bit of recon before they move. That's going to buy Op 4 a little more time to do this maneuvering, but I could easily see Blue 4, if they're quick enough, just steamroll the small garrison on Op 4 before the remaining half of the force is able to come around.
Yeah, X-Ray is moving. They're moving, trying to almost trail this.
Cholin's back and he's running.
Following their route. They obviously know that's where they all went. No one else has seen anything because nothing else is anywhere. Choland has returned from being AFK and is hoofing it on foot. And he might run into an Indigo Fox over there, but I don't have a good feeling about this for Red 4.
Cholin's back, and he's running for it. But he's got to be careful, because Indigo Fox is ready to go. Will they spot Choland in the open? As Choland gets just below into the riverbank, I don't think they're gonna... He's not gonna get spotted. Lucky timing there. As the Vic now looks right with that gunner.
Oh, God.
A little bit of air, but nothing spotted.
That's that Ruha terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta avoid the rocks, though. Well done.
And Choland, he looks back, sees that Humvee moving around. I don't know if he's going to be in radio range. Meanwhile, a truck, it's command, member of the command team. It's Wells, who I believe...
Real quick, I'm sorry, but they are making a Thunder Run attempt north of the
is a medic.
town itself. Alpha and Bravo and Charlie 1 for Blue 4. 5 trucks coming onto this northern side, less than a click out from the town itself. They're gonna come into this town of Kaloya and be well within striking distance.
Op 4, it looks like they are starting to pull forces back to remount. The far southern forces appear to be heading back north, but this Thunder Run, they're dismounting and within a
click.
Yeah, within a click of the cache. If they start moving right now, they could definitely breach into here and catch this position with their pants down. But this is also kind of the issue of this AO compared to the previous AO, because there's a lot more concealment and cover for the attacking force to move in closer to the AO itself. It's a little tough to kind of compete with that. But at least Op 4 knows that they're going to be coming from the west because of the recon that was done by X-Ray. Ooh, hold up. Wells is about to run into the M2 Humvee.
Ooh.
Wells is screwed. That Humvee needs to pursue at this point. Cholin's going to be forced to walk this.
To be fair, it is only Wells, so I think it's the platoon.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the platoon medic, so that should cause some confusion in the command structure at least, because he's going to be talking over command net saying, holy shit, fuck, 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 holy shit, fuck, fuck.
So this is a 56 feet... I was about to say, he better not have just been able to juke. Are you kidding me?
What? Okay, no, the gunner saw them. Navy saw it, and he's turning around. But now he's like...
I don't get why you wouldn't be right on top of that Vic. I don't get what they... whatever. They lost him. They actually
lost a giant fucking truck. Are you kidding me? And
I get why the Humvee stopped to, get a good firing line, but he should have at least been maneuvering his Vic slowly to get right behind it to follow it. And they're going to still be able to pick up Choland and move him back. Wow. I cannot believe they got away with that.
Can't keep getting away with him. Speaking of getting away, I should have a segue for that. But Blue 4 is encroaching on the northern
Op 4 remounting Bravo.
Objective town. They're still trying to load up.
No. So that's Bravo mounting up, but Alpha's already repositioned on this riverbank here. Yes. They are going to try to set up right here. I don't think it's going to be enough time. You already have this one truck, Omega and another guy driving right into Blue 4's force. This is going to start making Op 4 panic if Blue 4 opens up on this truck.
Yep, and they're holding fire. No, well, as I say that.
There it is.
Opens up.
Literally from every single fucking direction.
I'm counting 6 different angles of fire, and no one actually has died yet. And as I say that, actually no, he's gonna get away. I thought I was gonna be able to call it.
Still +1. What's up with both sides' transport trucks being incredibly tanky today?
I don't know.
The Omega even has an open fucking door on his side. Like, goddamn.
Connection. That is gonna.
Boss, no!
Finger.
No, my VIP from last stop. What a shame.
Turning the tide back into F&F's favor.
All right, Severe trying to get some pickoff kills from Alpha 2 Blue 4 moving up the riverbank, but Op 4 is going to now have to scramble to get their forces back into position because Blue 4 is right on top of them.
I mean, yeah, with all that fire, that is going to definitely almost the inverse of what happened with the first round. That's going to draw all of Red 4's attention this way. It's just a matter of if they're able to react in time. We have that big Bravo 2 group.
I cannot listen to comms now.
+6.
Kane, though, getting a flank on the massive force from Bravo Blue 4 coming in, managing to knock out Turnby out, but quickly had to get down. I don't think he took any injuries himself. Trying to put some GLs up. Almost puts it on Valenti there. Valenti returns with his own. It's just short. Actually, I do see a dead Blue 4 guy here as well, as Kane is now trying to pull away, triple timing it away. He does have 1 kill, so he's able to kill 1, knock out another. Honestly, the Op 4 garrison here just needs to buy time. King getting caught out of position.
He's crippled.
Might have just got, yep, his legs are down. I will now call him Lieutenant Dan. Indigo and Navy behind the Blue 4 line here. I think trying to find some targets to potentially shoot at with that Humvee. And we just see a massive amount of Op 4 scrambling from the south, trying to follow the riverbed up. But Blue 4 is being quick, starting to make it onto the stadium. Novix, who we see usually do really well, gets knocked out early on, and they're trying to, Blue 4's trying to double tap him. M2 Humvee firing from the rear here, getting up on Robertson, Carlos, Chuplis. Chuplis was hit a few times. He's bandaging. Robertson, though, trying to... actually, nope. Navy is dead again. Unfortunate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man.
You got to remember, for this special Saturday Night Scuffle, there is magnified optics in play for both sides. So a lot of ACOGs, if you guys took MGO scopes for the 249s and 240s. Voss coming back. Hopefully he can get a JIP slot. Join in progress, by the way.
This far in, I don't think so. They do have garrison that office complex pretty heavily. I'm counting 7 in there, with Armored Jesus close, waiting in the wings. So that's a decent garrison. They need to actually, like I said, with the
could see X-ray flank around. This is Wells. Nope, that's straight. That's GC.
Don't obviously shoot the guys, but like try not to draw too much attention. Just in the sense of not bringing them to the objective itself. But yeah, I'm actually surprised to see not a big flanking force. That western
yeah, Voss went to spectate.
Cyrus, Nelson, firefighter with the M2 Humvee for Blue 4. They've actually been pretty steady here. 4AB in Alpha 2 and Bravo 1 and Alpha 1 over here. They're under fire from that Humvee, and ooh, they almost took firefighter's head off, or his buddy.
Yep. His arms appear to be hit though, so they pulled back. Yeah, these magnified optics really giving these players a range advantage here, but a lot of M2 fires coming in on 4IB. Smith is down. I don't know if there's any other bodies here. Give me one moment. Nope. Most of them otherwise are still alive. The only people that are dead right now is I stand corrected. Banks, part of 4IB, is dead. Navy is dead, who was the gunner for Indigo Fox. Quickly is unconscious back there, but we see him getting medics. Scrolling up, we have 4 Blue 4. PFC Lungu is dead. That was the guy King shot. Ballot is bleeding out, but he is getting medical. France and Sholand are down nearby where Op4 Charlie 2 is. So it looks like Scandi Recon was able to find those two, Wells and Sholand, as they tried to drive up from a different angle and were taken out. We do see Wells dead above. We also have Stool also down. So Op4 getting a few more KIAs early, and however, there are a few guys that have left the server though that were on Op4's side. So the exact skull count is unknown. Novix also waking back up, finding a cheeky spot with his 249. Might get into a similar position as Voss did, but he's taken out.
Oh, on the northern side, they're inside the cash search zone for the northern side of the town. Flooding around the stadium, trying to encircle it. Like, this is getting worse and worse, and if you look at the clock, we're barely 15 minutes into this. Not even.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker of a maneuver here. But again, I already said my piece on how vastly different these AOs are, so I'm not surprised with that.
Maybe if they kept like the third round as a tiebreaker, you know, switch sides and then a tiebreaker if both sides defend successfully. But I don't know. Regardless, right now Blue 4 is very easily encircling the stadium. Jonathan and Omega keep kind of doing a fighting retreat and still trying to hold out in this office complex. But the amount of people on the roof is actually kind of concerning them because the cache is right there below them, but they need to watch the entrances, which is what Flux is trying to do.
Oh, Sideways just lost his nuts. I felt that. So, Sideways for Op4 just ragdolled as he was trying to climb over a rail, and the ragdoll made him slam his nuts into the rail, and he fell over. It was quite comical. As a man, seeing a man do that, I felt that, and physically cringed. It hurt.
I took that personally.
I do like how we have that proactive defense force now coming around to try to do a wide flank. That's very risky to do. It's really great that they're actually coming around and trying to split off one of the pincers. Oh, I know, it's Scandi Recon in the way back, though. It's actually a lot of other forces doing it right now. Led by X-Ray. Just the question is, can the existing defensive garrison of the two caches hold against the other half of the pincer, which is a lot more tightly knit here, but I think they might be able to overpower this defense group. Clown getting breached on by Nielsen. Clown goes down. And Kane manages to kill Nielsen there. Does a quick reload. Runs into the room as a grenade is thrown behind him. Kane is now trying to elaborately run around. Really smart call by King here.
King's on 4 kills, by the way.
Amazing job.
Drops Carlson, maybe? No, gets a bunch of hits.
Those shots should have killed Carlson. That was very close there. He's now running to the side as a handgun goes out on him. Tries to pre-fire around that corner. Now he's running back to the front again. He is keeping these two defenders on their toes.
He's got to be careful, though, with the amount of sprinting and the pain he's in. His head will be all over the place. Carlson is dead. Oh, God.
Double tapping these bodies to make sure they're down. He is now on 5 kills.
Yep, and he's getting friendly fired by the 4AB guys who are just over at that last position. That's pretty funny.
So 4IB did a really great job there, boxing those two guys in. Those are the plays that Op4 needs to be making right now to continue to win this fight as they stall while the proactive defense of Op4 comes around and sweeps out the remaining Blue 4 guys on the flank. So I would say this is definitely coming to be a little bit of a closer match, but we are seeing people like Kane here literally earn their crown for a joke right there.
Nice. But that was a good one. that gets my seal of approval. Yeah.
All right.
See now the defensive advantage.
Novix on a kill.
Dust Eyes is actually down on top of the roof with a couple other KIAs in this office complex. I'm seeing a lot fewer arrows. Severe has left the building.
Yep, rooftop has, I think, Severe dead. Dusty's is down.
No, Severe left the building. He's down on the ground floor shooting.
Oh, yep. Good use of GLs to fire at where he knows that other blue 4 half of the attack is coming. I love how this this right pincer has turned into 2 mini pincers as they're going on the left and right sides of the stadium to try to encompass where they see Op4 as having a tighter defense and thus can predict where the cache is going to be. However, these 4 IB guys coming up the riverbed here could potentially outflank this western mini pincer here, and if blue 4 is not pulling good 360, they could easily get shot in the back. Meanwhile, X-Ray still skirmishing on the left side. Scandy Recon coming up to assist. Actually, no. Where is Scandy?
Scandy is... Where the fuck is Scandy? Where the fuck did they go? Charlie 2.
They're in a giant... Yeah, they're in a transport truck following the train tracks up. I think they're going to try to come out round on the way right to flank the other half of the pincer. So that is a classic Scandy Recon strat, but
absolutely
coming in is going to be a little tough. But I like the enthusiasm there, especially in an enemy vehicle, no less.
Yeah, it's an enemy vehicle, so the PID is going to get a bit mixed up. Hopefully, Indigo doesn't spot them and open up on them.
So I am noticing, though, there are more skulls on Blue 4 than Op 4 right now, size considering.
It's a defensive bonus.
Yep.
And you also have to consider how things have unfolded. Alpha 2 for Red 4, Luna's group, Delta 2, as well as just all the groups along the river have almost kind of split up the 2 halves of the Blue 4 force. We could very easily see an encirclement of the main force and then just mopping up Platoon HQ, Command, and X-Ray for Blue 4. Lots of good names still up, though. But really, I don't know. I think we're at the crossroads right now, with Scandy coming in on the east, supported now by Indigo Fox, who has made contact with them. Looks like they will make contact with them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is game, set, and match at this point. Blue 4 does not have the manpower to search this town. The defensive garrison on Op 4 has effectively halted the forces coming in. Unfortunately, you have some long-range shots between 4IB and Indigo Fox's Humvee. Indigo Fox managed to knock out one of the 4IB guys, and that has ruined this flank attack.
Oh, why did we have to say anything, Liru?
I know, right? This might give Blue 4 a small opportunity to move up. However, we have Kane and Armagesus coming up. Armagesus knocking out one of the... Oh gosh, Kane with another kill.
Oh god.
Kane now on 7. Kane is now the boss of this faction here. Another kill for Kane. He is up on 8.
Going in now. This is better than Voss. Kane's being actually proactive about it. There's actually some
kills Ballot on 9.
Gasto lobs a nade over, hits Armagesus, and misses King entirely. They came about an inch.
Oh, and Kane is slain by Gastel. But I mean, there you go. Kane slain. Well, yeah, I mean, it's those multi-kills that both sides get. I mean, that is... They've completely crippled this left pincer here. The right pincer still has some room to maneuver. I just heard explosives go off, but that was way to the south. Just trying to predict Blue 4 is going to attack from that direction. We do have Robertson that has breached into the cache building. Is he a demo spec? No, he is not, but he could just mag dump the cache and go for the best. He does have a 249, and there is a dead body up here he could take ammo from.
And there's no one up there.
He doesn't finish clearing it, though! Oh!
He might have
no! He doesn't check the back room!
Well, all the doors on the way are still locked, so maybe if he's not familiar with this building, he doesn't know that
Oh, he should be.
Enterable.
Everyone should be familiar with this building.
Absolutely. Should be.
Well, they're a milsim, so the name Sergeant implies they've been playing for a while.
That is also true.
Oh, that hurts. Meanwhile, Armagesus, I think he hears these guys on the stadium walking around, so he's going to follow them. Pierce now joining him. Scandi Recon.
Oh no. Okay, real quick. Nusad went in and cleared it for Red 4. Now he's coming back up. Or Robertson actually is coming back up with that 249. As Nusad clears the top floor, sees no one's here. He's not going to expect Robertson to come up right below him. But Pierce might be coming in the back door here.
Yep.
Robertson and Nusad see each other.
Nusad finishes it.
Very nicely done.
FK, thanks for the 38-month resub, my man. You have been here quite a long time. I hope you've enjoyed the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this.
And yeah, looking at the map now, pretty
Almost, no, he did GL himself.
What I don't want to do my own homework. What kind of has happened, or what I thought was happened, what has happened. The main force on the eastern side of the river near the stadium has been encircled and pretty heavily battered. We still have a few bastions holding out. Blue 4 Alpha, Bedekovic over just the northeast of the cache, and a few people from Bravo 1.
Let me guess, marksman rifle? Marksman rifle.
Should be easily holdable by Red 4. There'd have to be some multiple multi-kills across the board for Blue 4 to start to pull this back.
I don't see it. I mean, Op 4 is slowly pulling on the noose here. You got Scandi Recon trying to engage with the easternmost flank. We did just have Yanni die in, not die, but go down in the open. Just got a double tapping shot right there, though. Az now trying to pop some smoke to potentially save Yanni. Nemesis giving some cover fire. But Arma Jesus coming around the back to try to save Scandi Recon and put some pressure on that Blue 4 force right there. Arma Jesus on 6 kills. Him and Kane have 15 kills between them. That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Echo 1 is definitely the MVPs. Meanwhile, Scandi and a
9, 2, 1, 3, 6. 0 and 0.
It's gonna be the MVP team for this.
Yeah, I'll read the numbers again. 9 for Kane, 2 for Novix, 1 for Sideways, 3 for Pointman, 6 for Jesus, and then 0, 0, 0 for Tom, Flux, and Clown.
Novix had 1, or had 2 actually. Oh yeah, you see that Sideways had 1. That's right. So that's 11, 12, 15, 21. Yeah, 21 kills so
21 kills between that team. That is. If one team is able to kill 3 times their player count, I mean, that's...
Indigo, stop. He's shooting at the same 4IB squad that's been in that same position.
God damn it, Indigo.
He just took down Stark. He's about to take down Hudson as well.
Maybe if Indigo learns how to read the map, because by the way, when you're playing on the ground, you open your map, you see where all friendlies are on the map in real time. So, please, for the love of God, open your map, PID.
Open your map. Open your fucking map. Stop
it. Get some help. Yomiak. What do you say? Usually you say kiss on the lips, you little weirdo. All right. Anyway.
Okay. Well, like, the thing with it is, like, oh, you jinx Yomi a Coke, but jinx Yomi a kiss on the lips. All
right. So, I mean, Op 4 honestly has a 4 or 5 to 1 ratio here, just looking at the amount of people still here. I mean, I'm gonna do a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Blue 4 remaining. Op 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 10 to 41, and I think one of the Blue 4 guys just died. So in all honesty, I think...
Just died from buckets, yeah.
I think Red 4 actually is going to come out with more people surviving than Blue 4 in the previous op with the 29th defending.
Say that again?
I think FNF Coalition is going to have more people survive at the end of this round than the 29th did in their defensive round.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, Echo 1 just fucking 21 kills between them. Arma Jesus on 7 kills now.
Iander and Finn coming to avenge Nafs. Oh, but Iander, wow, he survives that. Very surprising.
And gets the kill.
Counter, yeah, he gets a counter. But Iander, look at all that blood on him. How the hell did he survive that?
Luck.
Absolutely. Oh, but grenade goes off onto Iander's position. It's going to roll far, though, and he'll be fine.
We're about to have the 15-minute mark in 2 minutes. There goes Iander. Flying Finn still knows there's a guy over there, though, so is he going to push up and potentially deal with it?
Broad and Bay.
Wow, that grenade got blocked by the tree.
Seriously?
Yeah. Literally, the tree blocked the shrapnel from hitting Iander. That was fucking crazy position. Finn cooking a grenade, throwing it over, lands it right behind, and I think got a bit of blood on him. You can see below his left ammo pouch there.
Shooting up at Nimmy and Finn across the river.
Yep.
Nim took a few hits, but she's still alive.
Finn's now going to move up. Another grenade gets thrown.
That was closer even, I think.
Yep, but T4 here is still able to pull back. But 4IB are watching. If he pulls back further, he might get spotted. Said he runs into this bush to bandage. And I think T4 was just murdered right there.
And lone survivor.
Yeah.
And he goes out to apologize. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me patch up your wounds.
Yeah. Oh, 4IV getting blue on blued again. This time by Swola, just suppressing that angle.
Stark is down again as Schmidt tries to wake him back up.
Gastel getting caught out of position by Quickly and Brandy. They weren't able to get the kill, but they put a flare on his position. And Gastel quickly trying to run. More bullets go by his head. And he is spinning around, avoiding shots left, right. I thought I just saw 2 headshots there, but I guess they hit his arms. You gotta love when you spin to win, and your arms are able to catch those headshots. Yeah. But he's letting that smoke billow out.
Easy style.
Yeah, right.
6 people still alive for Blue 4. I think it's... I mean, we're going to be going to the tiebreaker, no doubt, but I'm very surprised that this actually turned out this way. Between the maneuvers early on for Blue 4, some of the early missteps from Red 4 that thankfully they were able to...
Gastel's dead.
They were able to cork back on those. I mean, it was very much a push back. They were able to push, Red 4 was able to push Blue 4 out of this town, whose name, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Just looking at the sheer amount of skulls on Blue 4 right now. Just hot damn.
And yeah, I think they just lost another, so now they're down to 5, so they've lost 50 of the 55 people, or however, so, near enough around.
56, so it'll be 51 out of the 56 are KIA. But just the sheer amount of people still on Op4. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember the last time I saw this many of a side still left alive in FNF. In all honesty.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. This is a very large force still surviving at the end of the round after direct contact. I don't know if it was the counterattack that they weren't standing around and they were more active. You had the flanks coming from 4IB and from Scandi on the western and eastern side.
I'm gonna go through Op4's roster.
So I think that you could attribute it to that partially, but either way.
So I'm just gonna go through the roster and call things out. Buckets on 4 kills. Indigo Fox, I'm not gonna call it the 1 kills though, but Arma Jesus on 7 kills. Point Man on 4 kills. Kane on the 9 kills. There has to be some more multi-kills here to just knock out that entire force. So slow on 4 kills. Twig and Dreams on 2 kills each, and Severe on no kill. So really, it just falls to Buckets,
King,
and most of Echo 1.
Yeah, Echo 1. We got probably
Hot damn.
close to half. Yeah, Echo 1 got, I think, about a third
So
of
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Literally a third of the kills are in Echo 1. That's incredible. And I also love how I'm watching SL Dream.
That's closer to half. That's like 2
kills. SL Dream's getting shot at by his own dudes. He's on 2 kills on his own because he was getting behind some of Blue 4's lines here. So it's just stragglers at this point. Still 5 left for Blue 4.
But their days are numbered. As long as we don't have more friendly fire incidents, like I'm pretty sure I just saw.
Yeah.
Or
Dreams is getting shot at by his own guys. Indigo Fox, meanwhile, poked his head up. Oh, no, he fucking just eliminated someone to get his 2nd kill.
Look at him. Yeah, so Dream getting shot at from, I want to say either Nuclear Moose or Aim at the Stars. I think it's Nuclear Moose, actually.
You gotta also consider... Oh, Dreams getting knocked out by Stray. Blue 4 ground command. I will say, since both groups are using the same exact guns here, with the exception of the primary battle rifle, both are 5.56 M4 base, so they both are going to sound the same. It's really shown how reliant some of these players are on audio PID, especially with what VODS did in round 1. I think that is a major compliment here to how these rounds have been going and how people have been adapting to go, okay, I'm not trying to focus on enemy weapon PID from audio. I'm trying to focus on if I just hear gunshots in general, let me check my map. Okay, there's no friendlies over there. Let me now maneuver on it. Because that's exactly what Kane and Arma Jesus have been doing with the stadium plays.
That also, you could attest, is a difference, something that isn't normally the case in FNF. I mean, we had the issue... I wouldn't really call it an issue, but a couple weeks ago, that one snow match between the French forces and the forces, where they had very similar camo, very similar profile.
Real quick. Point Man just got his 5th kill sniping Blue 4 ground command. Continue.
Ooh, very nice. But for the most part, PID is pretty distinct, even between visual and audio. You can most of the time very easily tell between factions and sides, but in this case,
driving up with the truck,
exact same rifles, exact same caliber, exact same mod even. So like these are making the same noises. So yeah, this is very different that they've had to adapt to, and I think it's very much worked out for the defending team in both cases. Because attacking, you got to work on the fly. Defending, you're obviously defending. You have some more situational awareness before that attack starts. In my opinion, at least.
Just the sheer amount of op force still alive. That's amazing. Right. At least when
completely encircled this last 3 holdout spot.
I would thank Arma, Jesus, and King. You know, just the MVPs there. Tom's about to catch Thorn. I thought he was going to see Thorn bandaging. Right there it is. Tom puts some shots on him, gives Thorn some more wounds. Thorn getting shot up in the ass. There, Thorn finally called his hits. Anderson trying to return fire, but his bullets get repelled off the rock. He throws a grenade instead as he took one to the top left shoulder. I think that went into his arm, though. So Tom behind a rock, so it stops most of that shrapnel coming in. Bowser not realizing he's about to be flanked completely. I mean, just all of this infantry all around him. Anderson down. Bowser trying to throw a grenade up on that truck.
Yeah, pretty close, but he's gonna drive away. He actually runs to try and engage it.
And he's gonna run right into Point Man. Point Man gets headshotted.
Bowser.
Arma, Jesus, and Tom double tapping Anderson. Tom on his 2nd kill. All right. If there was any time to see an Adriano level incident, now would be the case. Quickly going down.
Great spray down. Could still wake back up, but his truck is moving, so he won't be medic until he hits this tree.
And he gets 1 tapped from so slow on his 5th kill. GG. We are going to go into the tiebreaker round.
Hell yes. And
hot damn.
Look how many Red 4 is still alive.
That's absolutely amazing. I have not seen this many of a faction survive in anything FNF related in quite a while. Honestly, I don't know where Blue 4 went wrong with that plan, though. It seemed solid. It's just they lost the PvP fight with Echo 1.
Yeah, mainly with Echo 1 and
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
The terrain just didn't work with them or what, but they were able to be pushed back very easily from what we could see. And also that western half of Blue 4's force was completely disjointed from the main force because of actions from 4IB squad.
Real quick.
Western side of the AO, yes.
Echo 1, final score 26 kills. That's 46.5% of 56. So they literally got half the kills. One team got half of the fucking kills this entire round. That's past Scandi Recon's level. That's amazing.
By the way, Scandi I think only got 4 or 5, so yeah, they I mean they did what they could. They were just never in a position to do.
I think the mesh and end trigger got fucked because it hasn't indexed yet.
Az has a team kill, so Finn has 1, and then Yami has 2, so they're actually at 2 net total because Az team killed.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna take a small break just to go get some water, but I mean, my chat's saying there had to have been a lot of team kills for Blue. Honestly, there wasn't any. I didn't see any Blue 4. If anything, I saw Op 4 make 2 or 3 FFs that didn't lead any deaths, but definitely led to a few knockouts. But again, it's because one team literally got half the kills. That's what it gets to when you do that level of defense.
So yeah, I'm gonna switch my BRB screen, and I'm gonna do the same, get some water, and be back in just a couple minutes.
Of course. All right, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna give myself 3 minutes just to refill my water. We'll go into the tiebreaker round. Thank you guys for joining me here, and I hope to see you for this tiebreaker here. Now, let me see. How do I want to set this up? Cool. Oh god, a neutral sector winner team. All right. Neutral sector, no advantages, no VIX, winner take all. I'm gonna jump downstairs. Let's have a listen.
We're missing PFC Lungo. It's not here for some reason.
Any position?
No, he's here. He's here. He's slotted.
Copy, my bad.
People are probably just
We're
getting
missing
water
Sol
and
and
taking
Breville
whistles
then.
and such. I think he's not playing anymore.
Why would he not be?
No, he's not in game.
All right, who we? 4IB, you good? Got everybody?
4B is good. Right, guys?
Lurch,
Yeah, my guys are going back. They'll be here in a second.
Lurch, you good?
Change
they're
it to
on their-
this.
yeah, they're on their way right now.
Fair. Finn.
I'm good. I have a beer and ready.
All right, chat. If you got any
Wait,
questions,
Lisa?
comments, or concerns, make sure you ask
You
them
good?
now. By the time they get to me, we'll be in safe start of the third round. There won't be much to talk about because there's no. It's just neutral sectors. There's no advantages. It's pure 56 v 56, and I'll be really interested to see how it all goes down. So Barb will be joining me to co-comment. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday watching this PvP with me. We've seen some great plays on both sides, and now we're going to see who is going to have the best PvP in this tie-breaking round. I don't think this is going to become a permanent thing for myself, but I'll try to be a little more active on Saturdays every so often, because next week, around the same time, I'm going to be ground commanding a World War I style Lawrence of Arabia operation across about 6 or so communities in a large Zeus operation. I won't be Zeusing, I'll be ground commanding. Otherwise, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm going to stream later today. I think I'm just going to focus on editing footage, and I'm working on a DayZ thing. Yeah, what up? So.
No, I just got back. So this is going to be an interesting one, looks like.
Tiebreaker. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's worked out well enough. But yeah, especially if they were doing a neutral sector thing for a tiebreaker, brings up the question even more why they didn't just repeat the first mission. But I digress. That's for an after-action report.
Well, you can't repeat the exact mission because the defenders, after defending it, are going to know how to attack it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the attackers who are defending it, I guess they wouldn't know exactly how to defend it, but the existence of fortifications and entrenchments kind of changed that, in my opinion, but I see what you mean.
There can only be one.
Okay.
That's what it says in the mission, Forehead.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. They put it in Kavala, and Bravo and Charlie are out of the map. They put it in the fucking highest part of Kavala Castro.
Oh no.
This is just gonna be a rush. This is literally the fucking final round is a rush.
Skill based.
No, it's a rush. It's literally whoever gets in there first to hold this one bottleneck right here. I can't draw on the map, but whoever holds that one fucking bottleneck is gonna win.
Which side is which?
It's a good question. Let me look. 4IB are Op 4, so Blue 4 is 29th ID. Op 4 are the fucking FNF Coalition. Before anyone asks, who is on the FNF Coalition, Barbarian?
Scandi, the coalition, Scandi, 4th Infantry Brigade, UPSC, PLH, Zeus Spartans, SOG, AFI, Chad, and that is it.
Excellent. Now, we're going to see which group is able to run quicker. That's it. Please tell me there isn't a 15-minute safe start for this. It's raining and there's fog, too. Oh my goodness gracious. So I get why there's fog. It means whoever's on the castle can't just look down and boot people. It's a little harder to see. But, alright. Don't mean to be an ass, but it's whoever is going to be able to run up the top of these steps first and then literally hold this bottleneck wins. Alright, there is a back way in the Kavala that you can do with enhanced movement. There are ways to get up on the side areas, but all you have to do is put a guy like right here to stop this side area from being utilized.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. This is...
They made all these rules against rushing, and now the tiebreaker is a rush. Why? Why do they do this?
It's not even rules, but more so just building the rounds against to discourage it because it's not rewarding. But then they make... And because it's only 1 point, Bravo and Charlie, even though they were on the map, they don't actually exist. So...
No, okay. First. I don't mean to sound like an ass. This is how they should have done it. 3 sectors. It could have been done in Kavala, but don't put it in the castle where there's an easy way to fucking defend that one. Have 2 home sectors... so that both sides start scoring points easy, and then have them fight over a 3rd sector and maybe send a force to outmaneuver and take their home sector, like what happened in Lagasola with the Chinese versus UK one, where Blue 4 lost the neutral sector but able to take the Chinese home sector on Op 4 and still bounce back. Like, that was a really good balanced operation, and it rewarded tactics. This is just going to reward rushing. But, okay, then again, I bitched about the last AO, and it turned out that even so, the defenders crushed at a higher ratio than round 1 with the 29th ID guys. So maybe we'll see like a bottleneck at the front and no one's even able to get up into the fucking sector in the first place. However, what bugs me though is on the Op 4 side, the southern ways around to the top of the castle are easier to access than the northern ones. And plus the AO itself, even though it's on the tallest point, the hills kind of match it, so you can still enhance movement, climb, and get right onto the objective itself, rather than the... you get it. It's okay.
And
it's fine.
Yeah, they could also still... right past that church, the church marker just northwest of their spawn, not just west, but the northwest one. It's a straight shot that could cut off any Blue 4 advance there, prevent them from even getting to the castle. You could argue the same for Blue 4 going down the MSR or something, and catching them as they cross the MSR, but I really do think that Blue 4 or that Red 4 has an advantage in this.
Yep.
I think Red 4 is going to take this, and that is, thankfully, make our bias known.
Yes, it's the Scandi Recon scenario. Alright, Arma Jesus, get another multi-kill with King so I can hail you forever. So, 29th ID, let's see them put their money where their mouth is. Last stop, I thought it was biased to the attackers to be able to get on top of the AO. That's not the case now. However, bias in a neutral fight is a little worse than bias on a defensive fight. But hey, we'll see what happens. I want to see T5 Bay get a multi-kill. I want to see Scandi Recon do Scandi Recon stuff. I want to see Arma Jesus and Kane get multi-kills. I want to see Voss... What?
I want to see the hospital get blown up.
There's no destroy texture for the hospital, you horrible, horrible human being.
That's why I want to see it.
You horrible, horrible human being.
Hey man, those Make-A-Wish kids aren't gonna make it anyway.
What? No! Barb, you can't say that! That's horrible!
I'm at my wit's end. I'm unhinged.
Anyway, I need a new co-caster for FNF. If you're interested, feel free to DM me on Discord.
Send your dick pics. Yeah, send your dick pics.
Barb, no horny.
That's how he chose.
No.
That's how he chose me.
What do you mean I chose you, bro? I saw you streaming this, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I joined you, and that was like back in August. Stop it with the horny.
Fuck you.
Stop it with the horny.
Fuck you. Oh, looks like actually T5 Bay, they might be going for a spawn rush down, immediately going south. We also have the
with X-ray, yep.
Going north, or lining up to go north from there with Quickie and Brandy. Might be going for the high ground around the hospital.
You don't need to control the sector if the other team doesn't exist, right? Wink.
Exactly.
Real quick, though, just for the sake of the VOD, Op4 are UK 5.56 base with 249s, 240 Bravos, a Maz for the mat weapon, and the marksman rifle is Mark 11, 20 rounds, 7.62. Blue 4 is Marine Woodland Marpat, 5.56 rifles, M249s, M240 Bravos, Maz, and Mark 11 for the marksman rifle as well. It's literally a mirror match. Armors are the exact same armor rating because of the FNF mod changing all the coefficients to be even. So regardless of what chest of what plate carrier you pick up, it will have the same armor as any other plate carrier in FNF because of balance. But otherwise, 5.56 v 5.56, 7.62 marksman rifle, in my opinion, best weapon on the field, but there's only one on either side in the X-ray group, so we will see how things go. With this thick fog, it's going to be hard again for the castle to fire down on it, but I would assume whoever's able to control these tall buildings, such as the offices, and look down and over, might be able to get an advantage, but at the same time, it's going to be very easy for someone to look up if they're close by these office buildings and shoot them. However, the offices definitely have a lot more of a visual range on hostile forces than, say, someone looking up at the office itself, because the fog gets thicker the closer you are down to the ground.
Absolutely. And yeah, I think the battle isn't
Do they
going
have to deal with stamina? Yes, but it is lessened.
It's going to be the roads leading up to
because no one likes fighting stamina.
Should make for a bit more interesting fight than just holding that bottleneck as you so described.
All right, half of the safe start time is done. Most of the force here is getting organized. Blue 4 have a lot more guys ready to rush south, though. I do like what I'm seeing on the Red 4 end. A lot of people are dropping additional things so they can sprint just a little bit quicker.
Oh, no, we're doing this again.
It's the sprint game. Everyone's going to triple time it immediately to the objective.
Look at all the long-range radios that are on the ground. Over by Red 4 spawn. I see 4 or 5 long
They
range.
don't need no communication.
I mean, Cavalry...
They just need to go fast.
They legitimately don't. They can use 152s and FADEX, you know, for each side, and that should be plenty
Sanic.
of strength. They just, yeah.
All these secondary magazines. I thought I saw a rifle drop, but that was just a glitch. I have a backpack drop, smoke grenades, some 249 boxes. Let me go look at Blue 4 here. What do we have dropped? Blue 4, I don't see anything dropped. I do see some people ready to triple time, though. But this might give Op 4... Oh, no, way in the back, I got some drop 240 boxes and an E-tool dropped. But I think Op 4 is going to... A lot of spare medical also dropped on Blue 4 side. But Op 4 is ready to fucking go. Like, they know how this game works. It's a rush, and whoever rushes in first will win. And all they really need to do is have 3 people continue on the castle, and then just have people actually, defend this fucking choke point hell. They can even build a trench inside as long as it's not fully blocking the entrance. So, like, a trench in the corner, one of those small little foxhole trenches, to give the shooters a little bit of cover, but also people from the top throwing grenades in. Like, it's gonna be hell.
Did you know that the blood expired in 2001?
What?
The blood bag. It has text on it. It says that yeah, it was collected in April of 2001 and expired May 7th, 2001. Collected by the Wagga Wagga Wuck Wuck Need Money Center. I'm trying to burn time, dude. I'm sorry.
I see. And all of the blood is B positive, which is not the best blood type
positive.
to
You gotta keep it
give.
You gotta be positive.
I see.
You guys have an adenine saline solution added though. That's nice. Wait, it has
Interesting.
It has a QR code, but it's 2001. Did QR codes exist in 2001?
I think.
Like a continuity error.
No, QR codes have been a thing for a while, man.
2001 was 20 years ago, dude.
Yeah. QR codes have been around since, like... just fucking Google it, but I know it's been around since the 2000s, Forehead. At the very least.
Okay, let me check. Let me Google it.
Okay. We got 3 groups of Op 4 ready to go, and I'm seeing 3 groups of Blue 4 with 1 Vanguard group that might just stay behind, or they're just going to get lined up a little later. But everyone's cold, everyone's tired, everyone's getting ready to go. Was I right?
The QR code was made by Denso engineer Hara Masahiro 25 years ago, so 95 or 96. Interesting.
Nice. I don't really know what else to say. We still got 4 minutes. I asked my chat to ask me questions, but I didn't see anything, so...
Yeah, we're on a 5-minute delay, so by the time they ask their questions, we're going to be in the middle of the match.
That's why I told him to ask the questions while we were still before the fucking thing started, but that's okay.
You telling me to stop being horny? Okay.
Yes. Stop being horny. What's that says? So what Barb is saying is he shoved his, he had a small PP2, and so Liru knew he was non-threatening.
If that's the case, then why am I tied up in his basement?
You're not. Otherwise you won't be able to stream right now.
I mean, I'm looking right over you at you. You got the chain out. Usually you just do the rope, but the chain. Okay, so yeah, you are pissing me. Okay, I'll shut up.
Why do I have to deal with him every week? Why can't I change things up?
Three minutes remaining.
Yep. I don't know what, like, this is just gonna come down to who gets there first. If one of the large groups run into the other large groups as they're running. What I'm seeing though is, I think Op4, they have one group that's gonna try to run in and intercept the group moving to the castle, while the other group just outright sprints into the AO. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think if Red 4 does garrison the hospital, like the roof area, they should have decent eyes all the way to about the river. There's a nice clean line of sight there. Going more west of that, though, it's going to be obscured by buildings. They have that office building you mentioned earlier, but I think getting to the top floor and the roof is going to take way too long for them, and they will Blue 4 will be able to pass by that area before Red 4 is able to really effectively lay down any fire up there.
Mm-hmm. I'd be curious if someone goes for controlling this, not the closest office building to the castle, but the one kind of in the center of town between the castle and the hospital. Because that, I feel like, would be an interesting choke point to control, and maybe from there, because each side does have magnified optics with ACOGs, they might be able to pick off some of the guys holding the defensive line. So really what I think this is going to turn into is, can the 29th ID on Blue 4 overpower Op 4's push into the castle? And if they can, how are they going to get in here and take out Op 4 with this maneuver? But really, again, it's going to be reliant on the kings and Arma Jesuses of the server to get these massive multi-kills and account for about half of the kills on the other team. God, that was crazy last round.
Yeah, especially with how many Red 4 we still have at the end. Very good rally. We haven't seen some people shift now. I can imagine we're going to see people with guns on their backs do that 10-second head start. Stark's making a run for it. But no, he's too late. Or he's too early, rather.
All right, get ready to sound the siren. There they go.
Here we go. 50 seconds, or 14:50 on the official clock. Now here's where people start going. There it is. So a number of people got out early, and there go the floodgates.
They fucking timed that super well. And you can just see all of these footsteps. I guess the pavement wasn't properly set if you're already seeing all these footsteps put on it. It's a fucking marathon.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, this isn't a marathon, this is a sprint. E. Smith for 4IB is probably going to be the first contact. We're going to see this intersection right here where Charlie 1 for Blue 4 and E. Smith are going to be coming up against each other. We do have actually first contact made between Blue 4 X-Ray and Sam Hanwin to Lennox and Fun Guy up here on the hill next to the hospital. That's going to cause a lot of audio confusion. People start going to get concerned about getting into contact. I'm seeing GLs being launched across the map. Actually, one landing really close to Valenti. Might have scratched him up a bit, but great.
Lennox, first guy down. He's not dead, though. I'm waiting to see that first skull. Actually, there was already a skull for Williams on Blue 4.
Really? Williams?
Yep. And this intersection is about to get really, really hot as Op 4 and Blue 4 meet each other.
Quickie sees... No,
Hudson vaults over.
Quickie's looking northeast. He needs to look north.
Shepard doesn't get the shot out in time, but the level of fog right here is so bad.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely right. From ground level, it is so much tighter. Less than 50 meters visibility. GL's going out, knocking over walls. Brandy almost gets caught out of position. Broad goes down by Hudson, though, it looks like. And Nielsen, Trupless, and Spencer are making their way up. But
this is stopping a lot of the Blue 4 force, though. But there's a massive amount of Blue 4 that are going to get very close. However, you already... Jesus, how did Warlords get all the way up there?
I don't know, but look at this red wave that's coming up the southern side of Castro.
Oh, my God.
An entrance before Blue 4 gets close. But they need to start having their guns out.
Buckets and Novix trying to climb here to get some recon data to see where Blue 4 is. Twig King needs to be ready because he's about to have Nielsen turn the corner.
Gun up, and he spots Twig King. Twig King doesn't even realize what's going on. Huh?
And Twig is down, but that is going to stop Blue 4 from advancing.
Sideways, Armor Jesus and King are still pushing up regardless. Warlords is going around the long way. This might cost him here, going so far around and trying to avoid that bottleneck in the entrance.
What the hell am I watching?
No one's going for the obvious entrance because they assume the other side.
The other side's gonna do it.
Oh.
So they're scaling the side walls. They're gonna enhance movement in. So Op 4 doing a really good job scaling this spire right here to look down. Got 2 free kills on Blue 4. Meanwhile, just everywhere there's contact right now. Op 4 has more forces outside of the castle. Blue 4 X-Ray got folded in pretty hard here. So that's going to allow Op 4 to start sending a force behind and start encircling Op 4's forces as, Blue 4's forces. Just everything's fucking intermingled right now.
Navy is holding a very cheeky position, watching the approach to the bottleneck from outside, from the left side of the entrance. And now we actually have Dreek trying to hop over. Bridges is going to get inside the castle first by scaling over the rock outcropping and then just hopping.
Flux has made it to the AO.
Yep, so they will be capturing it. Yeah, Flux is in there, Armor Juice is in there, Tom is about to be in there. They'll be getting there first as Bridges hops over that wall first. He needs to keep a low profile right now.
Op 4 is going to take the sector, but Blue 4 has a lot of guys on the northern side that could potentially flank that Op 4 group. But this Spire control that Op 4 has locked down on is doing them a lot of work. Omega about to walk in, not noticing Nielsen right there. I think Nielsen's just focused on looking up right now. Might have just heard Omega. Waiting for Nielsen to potentially take the shot, except he missed.
Yeah, Red has this hill completely under control. They just haven't officially captured it yet, which is actually kind of surprising given the number of...
Op4 doing a breach on Blue 4, but Op4 managing to shoot one of the Blue 4 guys in the back of the head. Your recurrent shot gets a knockout on one of the Blue 4 guys. Omega trying to hunt down Nielsen. And manages to find Nielsen, even though Nielsen I thought was tracking Omega. And now you got a lot of Blue 4 guys scaling on the northern side of this castle, and they're going to try to breach up into this position. Clown just got picked off and fell off the side of the wall. And Op4 even... Op4 is not actually capturing the zone. They don't realize how small the zone is itself. But the zone is literally like the top of this castle part, so...
Peak. Yeah, what the fuck happened to Clown? You said he got shot?
Yeah, he got shot and ragdolled off the side. And now Blue 4 is trying to come in to take out a few of these guys in the open. Warlords goes down. Flux gets headshotted.
Oh,
and
damn. Yeah,
Op4 just lost a lot of guys over here. You got Arma Jesus flanking around. Might catch Bridge out of position.
Sod and Jonathan kind of coming
He didn't see him, though.
Western-northwestern approach, but so many rocks in the way. I don't know if they're even going to be able to get close.
I'm going to be honest with you. Op4 has a numbers advantage right now. Just looking at the amount of triangles on either side. I think one of the small things that helped is you have Blue 4 command kind of in the back line. Blue 4 didn't commit everything. Whereas Op4 is definitely all in here. Everyone has seen a little bit of contact, but Op4 controlling that spire.
Mm-hmm. Lusad and Jonathan have actually managed to scale their way up the southern side of the castle. And so now
they caught Thorn and Jemina out of position. Thorn goes down, Jonathan's down. Firefighter, though, scaling up here, might catch Point Man out of position. As Lusod gets another kill. There is Op4 officially controlling the sector as Sideways stuck in there. Firefighter scaling, he might catch Tom out of position.
Lusod goes down as well.
Oh, but he is spotted by Sideways. But he quickly knocks Tom out before he is taken out.
Great spot by Sideways there.
There's still a lot of Blue 4 in this castle area, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of Red 4 are in the city of Kavala. They need to start pulling more and more towards there. We do have Mito, Lurch, etc. kind of starting to finagle their way moving westward towards
Point Man getting knocked out.
They have a lot of Blue 4 and a lot of terrain to get through. With Sideways being the only one up there now who's still alive, he has a pretty tall order ahead of him if he doesn't get any reinforcements.
So it's going to be a while for the server to tick up to 100 points. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the point count, though. Or maybe there wasn't even a point count in the first place.
No, it's the 5-minute buffer again.
Oh, right. We haven't gotten to that yet. My bad.
Anti-rush buffer on the very obvious rush objective mission. Fun stuff.
All right, I'm just going to look on the left. We got a good handful of skulls on Op4, but Blue 4 definitely a lot more skulls. It's...
RIB guys taking some heavy hits.
Honestly, if Op4 were to just 1-to-1 trade evenly, they should be fine. Scandy Recon still at almost full strength. We got T5 Vonk over here. I think the last man on Blue 4 X-Ray. But, yeah, Blue 4 has lost a lot of their manpower here. It's going to be very difficult for them to bounce back. Arma Jesus getting some flanking shots in from the side, manages to score a kill. Bridges, meanwhile, still being stagnant here, but he's on 2 kills. He is biding his time. He heard gunshots behind him. Quickly checks back to try to spot Arma Jesus there. And then we got Cyrus playing the tower game here on his first kill. Cosmonaut coming up to join him. A lot of Op4 are down up here. But we have more Op4 from the Spire now coming up to join the Op4 garrison here, and they might be able to shift the tide. Dusty's climbing the tower, is going to catch Cyrus and Cosmonaut out of position. Cyrus getting Epstein, and so does Cosmonaut.
With the last bullet, I think.
5 kills for Dusty's. Hot damn.
Very nice.
3 Blue 4 guys left right here. That rain, you cannot hear any footsteps with how heavy this rain is. So you gotta make sure if you have 2 people in a tower, someone needs to be watching your back, and that was not the case there for Blue 4. And
And with Scandy and then 4IB and Mito
Voss on no kills.
to coalesce together, I'm seeing a lot fewer pockets of Blue 4 forces. I see about 10 or so going along in this pocket close to the shoreline, but they need to really condense and make a spearheaded push into
Trying
this
to hit
castle.
Nielsen
They have
there.
a chance to even get into this. It's even near the point. Now that the rest of the Blue 4 guys in the castle have been eliminated by Dust Eyes.
We do have a large wave of Blue 4 coming in, but this is it. Op 4 is chasing them, though, and is trying to deal with this small Blue 4 force towards the northern side of Kavala. Here got Lurch taking out Voss before he could get any kills. Unfortunate. Oh my god.
Bridges is going to be sneaking up behind Armor Jesus here. Armor Jesus turns around. Gets the pre-fire as he comes up.
Oh my god.
Engagement.
Fucking Arma Jesus.
Bridges was on yelling or something, but Jesus whipped around.
Ever since he debuted a few weeks ago, and you made that one little highlight about him winning the match by just grabbing the flag and playing that team game, he has been an exceptional player. And, I mean, this Saturday night skirmish, as you'd call it. No, what did you call it?
The Saturday night scuffle, I think?
Scuffle, that was it. It's definitely shown the case. Carlson, meanwhile, getting a kill. Indigo Fox trying to cover. Carlson gives some return fire, but Indigo was in the high ground there, fortified. And now you got Bay Potato potentially going to come up and assist. Carlson needs to pull back in Medic, but he is stuck a little bit in the ridge there. Manages to knock out Indigo Fox.
Dust Eyes gets a great kill on Nelson as he tries to spray down, but the Tracers, he was just in so much pain. Dust Eyes on 6 now.
Amazing.
Valenti going for the big ball play, as well as Carlson. Perfect opportunity for Valenti to scale this wall.
2 kills.
Using enhanced movement, but he
1
keeps
kill. 1 kill.
better position.
No kills.
Elsewhere, that
no
pocket
kills.
in Kavala has been shredded by half, as 4IB and Mito's group are just encircling them. Tedek, Tan, Berg, and Ozturan are the last ones over here for 29th ID. Vong's way down to the south as well, but there's no one really near him except for Scandy, which isn't a good thing. And Ozturan actually kind of pulling it back. I think he got both Neil and Brooke and crippled Hudson. Lurch, Mito, and Fungi coming around the side now, investigating those gunshots. So, 3-man team working together as tightly as they are. That should be able to take down Ozturan. Looks like Bay Potato finally caught Carlson out of position. Valenti's still trying to stay alive. It looks like he might have fallen down and taken some heavy wounds.
Yeah, I think he got caught in a skirmish with some of these guys defending the wall. Blue 4, they're getting their command groups in here, but Arma Jesus on the side right here. I think he already has an angle, so he is now going to reposition here. Sees Tom moving up, but quickly does PID on him. The PID in this level of lighting, just how both camos really blend in with the ground. For Arma Jesus to very quickly catch that PID is actually really good to see because of that dark lighting.
And I was mistaken, Carlson is actually still alive. I think he's made his way back over to the... Well, no, he was alive.
Scandy Recon folding in. Vonk might try to engage. He tries to catch Blant out of position, manages to cripple him and knock him out. Nafs, though, heard those gunshots and is immediately following. And is going to catch Vonk out of position here.
Nice, Nafs.
Great charge and elimination. I love it.
Not a bad play at all.
Smith, meanwhile, breaching in on the rear of some of these Blue 4 guys. Manages to knock one out. Takes some shots on his own, though, and pulls out. Tan now caught in the open here in the middle of the street. I'm waiting for someone like Sam to fire on him. There are the shots from Lurch, though. That knocks him out. Tedix is still over here, but that is going to be almost it. Hold up, we still got... Never mind. Fun guy takes him out.
Oz Toucan goes down as soon as he tries to walk through that door. Castle Doctrine.
They know Tedx is in there. Speaking of the castle, 4 blue 4 guys breaching in right here. They're climbing on top of Drake to vault into this area, but Arma, Jesus, and Tom have this area of the courtyard locked down from the Bastion. Wells getting knocked out by Dust Eyes. Dust Eyes on his 6th kill, also catches straight out of position, knocks him out. I'm going to say it, I think Dust Eyes is the MVP for Op4 here.
As far as
double taps
MVP
for his 7th kill, gonna double tap straight for his 8th. Great call there.
Not bad at all.
Tedx taking some long-range suppression all the way from Echo 2. That is Vargrant firing from the 240 Bravo on 3 kills. And with those tracers, he's going to be able to tell the guys that are closer to him, hey, there's a dude in here. Please come in and shoot him. God of War, thanks for the $20 boot, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you got a kick out of this stream. All right, Op4 is a 5th of the way there, but again, the numbers. It's at least an 8-to-1 ratio or something. Yeah, hot damn.
Numbers tell it all. I mean, not quite as many Op4s survived last time, but that's just the nature of this heavy urban fighting.
I'm gonna be honest. The map was a little biased for Op4's favor, though. I'm gonna be 110% about that. With the easily accessible way for Op4 to get right on top of this area and immediately hold it to the rest of the castle, I feel like this could have been made a little bit better. And I hope they do another one to rectify, because I don't think this was... It was a slight advantage, but as we saw with the last round and how crazy like a simple 3rd or 4th of Op4 was able to hold against half of Blue 4, that does earn it some merit, though.
Half, yeah. Absolutely. No, great efforts from both sides. I mean, sticking with this, we saw great defense from the first one from 29th. A bit of a misplay on the offensive side.
Back on scene, they're picking them up.
In the first round, but they were able to turn it around with the second round, able to counterattack Blue 4's push and drive them out and completely emasculate.
He took his law out.
Emasculate's a bit too heavy of a word. No, eviscerate Blue 4. Tedek actually just fired
a law over there as a shock weapon.
And definitely...
And he is running into Sam's building. But will he go upstairs?
Maybe. Question is, will Sam go downstairs?
Nope, he's gonna potentially go for the castle. Meanwhile, we got Drake and Vandewall coming around. Vandewall knocking out Swola there.
Dust Eyes, though, still up and kicking. Uh-oh, Brock's got him. He's good.
Is Dust gonna get into the double digits here? Might be able to get the flank on Vand. He sees him. There's the fucking Epstein headshot from the back of the head.
Aim of the Stars coming in as well to assist. Swallow wakes back up.
Drake still being suppressed. He's close by that flare. They're using that flare to reference.
And it also provides a lot of light for this.
Yeah, it's slightly getting darker. But you got Dust and Aim at the Stars. I'm still going to call him Aim at the Balls. All right, I'm watching this from Dust's first person. He doesn't see the last Blue 4 guy because of the rocks. Now, I think he just saw him. Nope.
Nope, still looking around.
Now he's going to... Oh, no, he still doesn't see him while he's doing medical.
Yeah, that movement, though, that's what's going to get him. If he does get spotted, it's going to be him moving because of medical.
Oh. Oh, he did not notice him get up right there. Hold up. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. He's lining up the headshot, and there's the mag dump. But I think Aim at the start. Nope, there's the 10th kill. Dusty's getting in the double digits here. Here's a double tap. And there's Blue 4 eliminated, and that is GG. F&F Coalition winning a 2-to-3 ratio against the 29th ID sitting faction. Let's go downstairs and have a listen. What a match.
So.
Good game, guys. Really good game.
fun.
Good.
Nice work, everybody.
GG, guys. People that would like to attend the meeting in the meeting room above FNF community leaders. But everyone else, thank you for coming out. If you don't want to attend the meeting, you don't have to. You're more than welcome if you would like to.
Thank you for hosting.
Cheers.
Thanks. All right, I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday if you're in the future. Otherwise, cheers. Have a good one and go operate operationally. We'll be back tomorrow for 1, maybe 2 Zeus ops. Maybe Stargate. I don't know yet.